Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilhine. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. In the early hours of morning, the Tots prepare in their own ways for the journey ahead, and their minds begin to stir up rumors of the forest. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome. It's Boarding Party 111. Not 3, 111.
Oh.
Welcome to 111.
Make a wish.
Don't mess with the whoopee. Last time some things happened, and some people know about it and some people don't. So we're just gonna jump right in as it's morning time. There's a very, very well-rested Bentley, and everybody else. Everybody's gonna wake up. I know I said last time Bentley will arise first, but I imagine it's around the time Milo gets up for training, because early riser.
I'll be training.
Yeah. You've got a couple hours before that manor door opens up. Does anybody have any pressing things they would like to handle before the day begins?
When I go eat breakfast, I'm going to take food to Pendleton and Ona in their room.
Oh,
Nice,
fancy that. It's almost like we
nice.
just talked about that.
Did we?
I don't know. I don't remember. I forgot.
And then here's where Drew reveals they're actually not in the manor. And
No, here's what I will reveal that Ona has actually been helping Ansem work on things because
nice.
she has missed a unhinged tinkering partner.
Yeah.
She likes helping D, but you've got Neek. She doesn't want to cramp your style.
It's fair.
So she's been chilling with Ansem because she's like
Making nuclear fission bombs.
Yeah.
actually making the spider chair. But
Lovely.
The fuck?
it was mentioned last time
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
briefly.
It
Ansem
was-
basically has
It's
a
like
a
the-
lazy boy with spider legs that he
It's
can
like
pilot.
the bad guy from Wild
The lazy boy and
West.
the
The
lazy
Oscar-winning film.
Yeah, that.
Fucking love that
Ansem's
movie.
just- It is good.
Remember
The
that
Burger
old
King
gym?
toys were fire back in the day.
Oh man. Okay, but
If
yeah,
you're
Ona.
that old. Yeah.
Yep. Ona will be chilling with Ansem, helping him make some new things. Pendleton has been just slowly whittling his usual walking stick and kind of adding little motifs of his adventures with you guys.
Whittling it away. I'm like, why?
I don't
Doesn't
need
he
it
want
anymore.
it? Is he nervous? Is
Eating.
this his therapeutic way of dealing with?
Eating bits of it every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone needs to
Okay.
talk to
So we
him.
bring some food to the research pals.
Are you just not giving any to Ansem? Just
Oh, Ansem.
I mean, I would offer, but
Ansem has a black coffee with the most burnt piece of bacon you've ever seen and nothing else.
That is exactly the breakfast I would say that Ansem would eat every
he's
morning.
not a food guy, really?
That's just what I
it
imagine.
could be his experiments. He doesn't have many taste buds left.
Just black
True.
coffee, burnt bacon.
I just imagine
Burnt
him
toast.
needing super
moisture.
strong
No moisture.
flavor to taste anything. So that's what he has.
Like Ben with hot sauce.
Sure. I'll allow it.
allow it.
Yeah. Anything special going on in the training regime while we're on it?
Yeah.
Anything different than the norm?
Yeah. I'm gonna go lightly knock and assuming there's no answer, take a peek and see if Monty's in Phoebe's room still, because I imagine her and her team are sleeping and he's
Yeah.
an early riser.
Uh-huh.
He's pecking us all in the head. Like, you
Monty-
idiots, the day's over. already.
Monty, slightly regretting his choice of going in there, is sitting on top of like a hat rack or something, right inside the door, just patiently waiting for someone with thumbs to open it. He hasn't quite grasped that if he imagined like a birdie door, he could just fly out.
Okay.
He's not thinking in the abstract. He's a
I
very
didn't-
logical bird.
Didn't realize Phoebe was a hat connoisseur.
Claremont is actually.
Oh, okay.
It's for his scarves.
Got it.
Yeah.
His shawls.
Totally.
Claremont is fancy.
He is. He's currently.
all
He's got that
cashmere.
drip.
Yeah.
buff guy.
And I'll like silently like call him out.
Give me an animal handling check with advantage because it's a bird, and it's Monty.
With disadvantage because he hates your guts.
High DC, but you have your normal bonuses.
17.
17. He will fly out, but because you opened the door,
Sure,
not necessarily
sure.
for you.
Okay.
He'll give you like a little up nod, like hello, and then kind of fly past you, and then over to your door, which will then open and allow him to go in.
Okay. And then I'll go back in and I'll say, hey, I had some ideas about training Eunice this morning. If you want to try to do that.
Make a persuasion check.
Eunice, New York.
Okay. There's a moment's hesitation, and then he's like, I see your olive branch, and I raise you an acceptance letter
All right.
to the college of your choice.
Oh, wow. This is...
Congratulations. It's
What
a
a-
full ride scholarship.
What a crit. That was
Yeah.
legit.
Amazing.
And then we will train Eunice together, but I would imagine that Monty would try to like take the lead.
Sure.
Or like if I were to start to say an idea or issue a command, he'd like jump in and say like finish my sentence, but pretend it was his idea.
Yeah. Okay. He's getting the jump on you.
Milo doesn't have enough badges.
Nope.
Yeah. Not to tame this sass.
I mean, he has more ribbons than I do badges, so
This
it's
is true.
It's fair.
It's a fair point. You tell him to use a move, he's like, no, I'm going to use this one instead.
He's a ribboneer. Okay. Anything else special going on for anybody? BB's doing his usual sparring.
Yeah.
Claremont's reading a book on advanced chess moves.
Yes.
He's ready to try a London opener or whatever those things are.
Yes.
I'm gonna study the flesh ball a little bit more before breakfast.
Study the flesh ball.
Before
Talking about losing
brekkie.
your appetite.
Great. Yeah. In the current moment, the heartbeat has returned to the ball, implying to you that it is no longer carrying anything. That window has closed.
I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
Gross.
What I'm gonna do is, just for the sake of brevity, everybody goes back into their ball except for Neek,
Okay.
and put of course put them in the PC when we exit. But essentially, when I come in and come out, everybody goes in and out with me.
Sure.
So, and then I'll make my way over to Milo's room in the interim.
This is a little intense for man.
Morning coffee.
Much as I love my Dune soundtrack.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna try to drink like straight black coffee, but just doesn't like the taste, but like thinks that it's an adult thing to do. So
As
continues to drink
Ansem
it.
walks in for his 6th cup of the morning. Hey!
You're such an adult.
Just scalding hot black coffee with nothing in it.
My man.
Hey,
As Ruby's like sliding you some sugar, like, hey. She's like, don't try to be cool. Just take this. It'll be
yeah,
better.
he sees like Ansem doing it, and he's like, oh, so this is what I need to do to be smart, kind of thing. This is what adults do, and he's like, I don't like this at all.
As Ansem's just, totally.
Okay, but yeah,
Just the 3rd degree burn mark on the upper lip.
I'll walk to Milo's room.
Okay.
Milo ain't there.
I didn't know if anybody else wanted to do anything.
Hit it with a
rap
rap tap tap.
Yeah.
What up?
Here. And I just hand you the ball. Looks like it's empty now.
I can confirm that holding it and looking at it, and interesting. I wonder what happened to what was in it.
I don't know.
Well, we can try to use it again, like I said yesterday, but after how it went down with Bang, if you want to do it, I'd like to come up with like a foolproof plan with 7 backups,
Yeah.
so we can...
What was?
I don't know.
I thought someone was coming up behind us.
Yeah,
Like,
I
do
know.
you feel this
I
burning sensation in your kidney?
I was
And
like,
I'm
oh crap,
God.
something's about to happen.
Let's talk about it on the road and then we'll figure it out.
Okay, that's fine. Sounds good.
That's better.
Is there a rave going on in the kitchen?
It's supposed to be the heartbeat of the bowl. But
How far away are we
That's
from
us.
Green Gate? You said like 2 days?
about 18 hours walking.
Okay.
At the current rate of travel.
Okay.
You're honestly like 3-4 hours away if it wasn't insanely difficult terramorphed terrain.
So we're coming up on Green Gate. When we get closer, we need to make sure we're not traveling or camping too close at night. Or if we are, we need to be in the manor.
Okay.
So just you don't go wandering off the trail
Okay.
the closer and closer we get.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm going to relay that to everybody, but I'm letting you know now.
Okay. I'm assuming you'll elaborate later.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm kind of setting you up for everything.
Sure.
So-
Okay.
As you all are kind of waking up, going about your daily routines, you start to think about where you're headed. Start to think about Green Gate. CJ, what's a rumor that comes to mind about Green Gate? I'm gonna start with you.
I heard that there's like a group of, well, I don't know if they're people, I don't know if they're Pokemon, but they like live like deep in the woods, and like they have a series of interconnected tree houses, and they set like a lot of traps, and anytime people come into their turf, they attack them. But I've also heard like they're like cute.
D. Is that rumor true?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No?
D.
Okay.
Aww.
Perfect.
There's no Ewoks in Green
Dang
Gate?
it!
Phoebe, what is a rumor that you've heard
All right.
about Green Gate?
At dusk, there are trees within the dense forest that move. Residents who frequent it and those that have attempted to map it out are unable to because there does seem to be constant inconsistencies.
Oh.
D, you already know.
Yes.
That one's true.
Yep.
Very good. Bentley, what is a rumor that you've heard about Green Gate?
The citizens of Green Gate, they, putting it lightly, are not fond of bug-type Pokemon.
D, is that rumor true?
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Milo, what's a rumor that you've heard about Green Gate?
There aren't any kids. There's no kids there.
There's 0 kids that exist
D's
in Green Gate.
existence.
But he left. But he left.
There
He was a one child?
There was exactly one.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's a lot of pressure on D.
No,
no kids anymore.
I put that there's no kids there, and any kids that are there are either like exiled or they don't come back.
Interesting.
And there's no like if we
Yeah.
were go to walk around town, we wouldn't see any children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just put babies in the forest and leave them, and then they get taken away by something.
The White
Hurts my
Walkers.
heart.
So,
This is
D,
the
give me a
focus.
history check.
Okay. 19.
You're not
19.
a kid.
You're actually 47.
Oh my god. I thought you had changed, but
So, you have a strong memory of other children there. But you've been gone for a while, but you're pretty sure there were kids there.
Yeah. I mean, I got picked on by 98% of them.
Yeah.
Or did you?
I was just told as
So-
like a boogeyman story. Like if you don't behave, we're gonna send you to Green Gate, and then you don't get to come back.
oh,
Interesting.
dang.
So on that note, D, is that rumor true?
I want to say yes and no at the same time.
Yo.
It's like a.
Yes.
I think it's like a. You know what? I'm gonna say yeah.
It's exaggerated, but
Okay.
Yeah. It'd be like in the middle. It'd be like an exaggerated truth.
They're just
It's
send
not
you to
a lot of
military
kids,
school in
but-
Alaska.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
Very
reform
good.
school.
So concludes our rumor mill. You may resume your normal morning activity.
Cool, I'm glad I was the only failure.
Subtle. The most incredibly. Wow. Okay.
I was very ready for Drew on the spot to have to come up with the Ewok equivalent in Pokemon form of what has this
I was
interconnected
just like,
grouping
thank
of
God.
tree houses. And they're
I've-
cute. Oh shit!
No, they're-
What is it?
I've done it with Sneasels before. It
Yeah.
would just be Chespins.
Yeah.
Yup,
But you
nub.
said
I done fucked up.
Yup, nub. As they're roasting you
Yup,
over a
nub.
fire.
We're vegetarian. We just cook people for fun.
This is ritual sacrifice.
Oh god.
All right. Does anybody else have anything pressing that they would like to do? And then follow-up question for Bentley, depending on what you want to be doing.
I would say that Bentley would just like wake up with an arm on his book
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely a thing.
and just kind of like pat the front of it and then slide it under his pillow
Okay.
and maybe like think about it for a second and then like pick it up and like put it in the underside of his pillowcase.
Okay.
So it's like it's under his pillow, but it's also in the pillowcase. So it's like even more secure.
Yeah.
Like he could make a safe for this. He's not gonna do that. Just under his pillow. is
No one
fine.
would ever think to
Yeah,
check in the
nobody's
pillowcase.
Nobody's gonna think to check there. They'd be fools.
It's like the old English class trick. When you have a book report, you put the book under your pillow. Doesn't work.
yeah,
But
but he's
it's supposed to beam the knowledge into your brain.
It'd be
Solidify the
sick
book.
if that could happen.
That would be really cool. I would do it all the time.
he will effectively hide away his book for now, and
Great.
then he's going to still have Apophis out,
Yes.
and then he will tie the spell tag around his left wrist, anticipating
Yours or Apophis?
mine.
Yours? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Anticipating potential Oni encounters.
Mhm.
That's his hope that that would maybe stave away any kind of encounter with said Oni.
Perfect.
And then
Okay.
he'll just get up and go and grab some brekkie.
Awesome.
I do want to retcon one thing.
Sure.
So Cooper, Neek,
Retcon.
and Iris are the only ones outside and like moving about the place.
Moving about the facility.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they'll be the ones that actually like stay back.
Cooper has invented the slip and slide
Nice.
in the foyer.
Beautiful.
But it's like a long loop-de-loop because he has no bones, so he could just bounce. He's like a bouncy ball. So he'll just flubber his way around the foyer.
That's fun.
I love it.
I want to flubber
He's an
my way
invincible
around.
toddler. He
Mm-hmm.
can fling himself from any height and just bounce. Because they're the best Pokemon.
It's true.
You can at me. We can have that discussion. Whoopers are the best. Okay.
I want to try something just out of curiosity.
Yeah, let's try something.
I want to call down one of the Pidgeys, and well, they can all come, and we'll go out into the main space. And I want to find Phoebe, if you're awake.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Nubster at?
In his ball?
Can you send him out for a second?
Sure.
Cool.
Phoebe's like vaguely French. Phoebe went to France for like 2 hours. In his ball.
I will not be doing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do from.
I'm smoking a large, long cigarette.
No. You send out Nubster?
Yes.
Nubby boy. It's
been a while.
Nice cool
Nubster!
breeze blows in.
I'm gonna rub his belly.
Nice.
Just rattles the whole.
Yeah. He's a big guy.
So remember when we were in Etiola and they were saying they had a bunch of they were talking about ice Pidgeys?
Yes, I do remember that.
Freeze these
So-
birds.
Oh, no.
No.
Kill them.
I'm curious because
Immediately.
these Pidgeys were previously moon touched and are now okay,
Right.
but also there are ice Pidgeys, like they exist. So maybe on a empowerment level, they'd be more receptive to it. So I'd be curious if one of them were to perch on the stone, if they would get any ice inclinations.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see if one Pidgey will perch on the
roll a
Nubster's
D100.
tusk. Oh my god.
Dies instantly.
Just have it.
I want a 15 or less. So roll a D100.
So
whichever
roll
one
your
you
I want
want.
him all to
Worst
just be
eyesight.
perched on his tusk.
Mix and
The
match
whole,
Uh-huh.
You know, like on the
We'll
phone
go
lines,
one at a time.
The wires.
Yeah.
We'll go one at a time.
Bad juju magic rocks.
15.
15?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Exactly.
The first Pidgey plants on Nubster's tusks and immediately just kind of begins to turn this nice ice blue and doesn't seem to notice or care. Just
Is it being
all of
frozen
the
solid?
No, all of the plumage just kind of turns this nice icy blue and then kind of a deeper blue along the sides. And then the sort of crested eyebrow area of the normal Pidgey just glacializes. Just
Well, that answers it.
as the upside down Nubster is like,
I'm so
y'all are weird. How'd you do that?
Oh my god.
Nubster would never do that. So
Yeah.
Well done.
he's like, wow, weird. It's up to you if the other two would try. Same deal.
I will ask the Pidgeys, if you want to do this, or there are other people in the manor that have different types and we can try.
If you want to look super rad.
Yeah. You want to
Ice type wind
crystal on
pimple.
your...
They both go, and they'll attempt to land on Nubster. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, they're going
2d4.
for that? Okay.
They're like, that's cool, pun intended. I want to try.
I see.
Are they special?
55.
No. Pidgey number 2, no change.
Oh, they were so excited.
82.
Pidgey number 3, no change.
It's okay.
They both land. They're like, maybe it's like a slow release thing. Maybe we'll get our powers soon. And the other one's like, kind of flaps its wings. There's this little icy breeze flows off, and it's like, I am amazing. And then flies away and just leaves little snowflakes falling behind.
I'll tell the other two, but don't worry. I'm sure there's something out there.
They're like,
for
it's
you.
gonna happen any second.
We'll-
I can feel it.
We'll find it.
It's really cold in here. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah.
You guys feel that? I think it's working.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I'm sure there's something out there. We'll find it.
So begins the saga of these Pidgeys attempting to get superpowers off
Yeah,
Nubster.
yeah.
Every night, just
Come on.
I know it can happen.
They have their own story now.
yep.
I don't know
Of
how.
course, it works on the first one.
Yeah. I don't know
Naturally.
how
Great.
well versed you are in this, Phoebe, but maybe it has lineage, like its mom was an ice Pidgey and its dad was a regular Pidgey or something, and these two it wasn't. Like, I don't know if there's a way for us to tell that.
Should we,
or
untangle their
Swab
family
its
trees, their
saliva.
genealogy?
Yeah, is there like a 23andMe for
Yeah.
Pidgeys?
Let me just swab their little
I think
feet.
I would
dissect
know if
them.
that existed, but
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Feebles, throw me either medicine or history.
I know medicine
Yeah.
off the top of my head. 17.
17 on the die. 17 plus.
12,
stuff?
yeah, plus the medicine.
Okay. You would know, Phoebe, even without extensive research into source stones prior, when you were working with animals.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon for an alternate type to show up.
Okay.
Which now you're starting to
Random
make.
length?
You're starting to make the sort of logical leap
Like a mutation.
that obviously they've probably bumped into a source stone at some point or another for some amount of time.
Okay.
It is likely, I'll say on a 17 is pretty good. It's pretty likely that Pidgey just had some sort of genetic inclination, whether that's towards the ice typing or
Just
in
more
general.
malleable.
Yes. The best example I can give you is there's probably been countless research studies done on Eevees and how genetically diverse they can be.
Right, right.
There are other members of other species that share that same inclination. It's just always present in an Eevee.
Right.
And there's
versus-
always something that they will attach to, even if you don't help them along.
Right.
They will find
Find
their
it, yeah.
calling
Right.
in the wild. They'll be like, I'm grass. Okay, I guess I'm grass forever.
Okay.
They'll just do that. So that's kind of where you get to. It's almost like the mutant gene. Some people have it, some people don't. They might just not be acclimated to the ice stone. And it might be easier or more difficult for certain things to get certain abilities from certain things.
You
But
got
that is what we get on a 17. I'll
Yep.
throw that out there.
Cool.
Little bit of information.
Information.
Plus, you've spent enough time around source stones. You've seen some pretty drastic changes.
It's true.
It's not that big of a leap to assume that big surge of power could change something. You just watched it happen
Yeah.
in one thing and not in two others. So you have a small sample size.
True that.
There's a correlation, not necessarily a causation,
interesting.
given the sample
Muy
size.
interesante.
Given our test subjects of 3 Pidgeys of diverse lineage and only one worked. Basically. That's where you're at.
That's pretty BA.
Yeah. So there's now an ice Pidgey just flying around the manor, and the other two are like, hey, come back, show your powers. And he's like, whee! Just, it's like snowing over Cooper's slip and slide. And he's like, this is great! And it's ice, so he's even faster now.
My God, they're gonna kill my small child.
Yeah, D, as you walk out of Milo's room, you're like, okay, cool. You just see Cooper, and just fly off the wall next to you, and you're like, as long as he's having fun, and the whole time he's just.
Yeah, it's like the thing, like, as long as you ignore it and don't bring attention to it, he'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've squeezed him enough. He has
Yeah.
no bones. There's
Yeah.
nothing to break.
I know.
He doesn't bruise. He's just a floopy whoopy boy.
He has no bones.
No bones.
No bones.
No bones, boy.
Yeah, he's like a little jelly man, a little gummy bear.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Breakfast.
Maybe we can make him Sour Patch type.
Nice.
Ha.
Sour and then sweet.
Yeah. Does anybody else have anything pressing they would like to handle in the morning manor before you guys get underway?
I mean, can I read some more? I don't wanna...
Sure, yeah. Which book
Gotta
are we
read.
reading real quick?
We gotta
You reading
do
the obvious.
Finish
the
up.
obvious choice?
Yeah.
Finishing it up. Okay, let me pull up that doc real quick.
Reading.
Now that you reach the end, because last time you sort of hit a decent stopping point, so to speak, of what certain things would be called
Yeah.
in the sort of human equivalent, the more modern day thing. It is at this point that I will tell you, you start to connect some dots because reading is important. Based on the things that you have heard from this book, and you're sort of back tracing everything through the internet police. This is what I will tell you. It's going to be another big info dump. You start to piece together the rankings of the members of the Quiver that you have met.
Okay.
Based on their position, their general demeanor, how they view certain things. So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Rosalie. She is whatever the human equivalent would have been for a spearhead.
Okay.
Remy, same deal. These two are very locally known. It's unlikely they would travel far, but pretty much their entire domain would be whatever city they're hanging out in.
Okay.
Let me see if there's any others of that rank real quick. Nope. Okay, awesome. So moving on down from there, the equivalent of the Ratcatchers. So typical adventuring crew. Strong, very reliable, but not necessarily the person that you want to put all of your trust in all of the time. These would be people like Jax, as we've mentioned before. Eleanor, Jax's person in the gym that bred Cyndaquils, who also had an arrow tattoo, would have been basically like a half step down in rank from Jax, but they are effectively the same person in that regard.
Okay.
I have a leading question for Milo. Do you tell everyone that your mother has a tattoo? Did that happen?
I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bronwyn does not meet any of these specific ranks. However, there is a nod to a sort of messenger role. The human equivalent would be, right now, it would be a mistress of messages. That would be Bronwyn's title. And it goes back and forth between master or mistress, you pick. I don't care. Doesn't matter. But right now, Gordo would have been a Pathfinder. So this is somebody, the old equivalent would have been an arrowhead, the human equivalent is a Pathfinder. And I'm choosing these words very specifically. So Gordo would have been basically a guide. They would get you from settlement to settlement. They would take you out into the wilderness to handle something and then come back. Reasons why you would be sort of excommunicated from the Quiver would be for doing things like he was doing. Taking the research team out to a place that he knows to be very dangerous. Breaks his oath of keeping travelers safe on the road. So what he should have been doing is getting people to and from Ediola. What he did was go from Ediola into the mountains.
But that's
which
what
is
they wanted.
which is ill-advised. Yep, that's what they wanted, but it goes against what he's supposed to do. The vow he took is to keep people safe on the road, not to take 5 people out and have them never be seen again.
Okay.
So that, whether or not he removed himself, you're not really sure, but that is something that would be mentioned in your book of like, if you are one of these people, you kind of get one strike and you're out.
Kind of messed up. Get 5 people killed to get fired on the spot. Like,
Yeah. Fucking
wow.
Where's the leeway?
Yeah.
bunch of weasels.
Yeah, exactly. Carlia from Alluvia would be presumably a spearhead if she was older and a little more experienced. And by that I mean she is in a position to have that responsibility, but you didn't really see her doing too much, but you guys also weren't there that often.
True.
So your best guess, she could be anything. She could go anywhere from, Ratcatcher up to Pathfinder. It's hard to say. We're going to skip those two for now. Diego and Isabel, same deal, would be Ratcatchers because their change in leadership is so recent. So these are sort of low-ranking Quiver members. They just happen to now have a gym, so it's quite likely over time they will sort of rise through the ranks, potentially to match or be just below Remy. And the last but not least, Deirdre, the Nutri gym leader, had an arrow. You have no idea what she could be. She could be anything. There is a ranking mentioned as the sort of human equivalent of a prime mind title, the sort of one above all, to use like an almost Marvel term. That's probably somebody, could be anybody, but that's the only thing that you don't find a connection for, is sort of who's in charge. And it's not necessarily one person would have that role. There's just somebody, it's like a commanding officer. They show up and they have jurisdiction over you.
Right.
So it would be, to put it in perspective, you would have somebody like Isabel, who is the right-hand man to someone like Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So they are same rank in thing, but Isabel would report to Diego.
It's like a deputy sheriff kind of
Exactly. So someone at this rank, at Diego's rank, could induct somebody that they trust. Diego, his sister Isabel, could bring them in, get them inducted.
Mm.
Then you move up the chain slightly. You get to somebody like Jax, who is well established, but doesn't really align with sort of trustworthiness, the ideals that you're going for.
Right.
Someone like who Gordo used to be would be a step above Jax. Somebody that you would trust very much to get high-valued people from one place to another and keep them safe.
Okay.
And then the step above that would be someone like Remy or Rosalie. In times of crisis, they've got your back and they're strong enough to do it. And then whatever this extra rank is up above.
Okay.
Are there limits to amount of people that can be in it? I.e., like, can Diego only recruit one person?
Yes, you get one.
Okay.
Which is why, as you're starting
But then
to make
does
the
Isabel
connection,
get one? Like it's an
No.
MLM? Okay.
No, so you, no, it's not. I'll make you a member, and then you find 2 arrows.
Yeah, then you gotta find 2.
Yes.
The Port Thalo guy didn't have an arrow tattoo that we saw, correct?
Correct. Cray does not have an arrow tattoo.
That's the first gym leader we've
cover
seen
it
without one, right?
with
Yes,
makeup.
that is
Waves
the
are my
first
home,
and
bro.
only.
But our also theory was that Gordo was previously down there, right? Or that's what he said, right? Wasn't he from Port Thalo, or was that like
I
our
don't
like,
remember
or was that
his
our tinfoil
origin.
hat theory?
I don't remember.
Could have sworn.
I think it'd be funny if what was the little kid at the gym?
Ty.
Ty.
Yeah, Ty.
If he
He's
drew,
the-
he
he's the
drew
one
on an
above all.
arrow with like pen.
He's the one above all.
He's Kang the Conqueror.
I'm just saying, if I ever got into like that position, Ty would be one of my first choices. I'd be like, let's go, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a kid.
He's
a
trustworthy
kid.
as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's loyal as heck.
To throw out another name as well would be someone like Hank from Alluvia. He also had the arrow. That would be someone like Carlia's deputy.
He was.
That would be another person that you guys have met.
That guy, I was like, what?
He was the Doduo guy.
He was the
No
first
idea.
person
He was
you
a
guys
trainer
saw
and no
with a
idea.
black arrow
He's the
tattoo.
Doduo
Oh, really?
guy.
Yeah.
The what?
The Doduo guy.
Yeah, he
The Duo
bald
guy.
dude
had a
who was in
dodo
trainer
classes.
in the gym.
Oh.
Phoebe,
He
Yes.
is a Doduo himself.
Phoebe might have dealt with the Farfetched.
Hank the
One of you
Doduo.
only dealt with a Farfetched from Hank.
Hank the Doduo.
I think that would have been.
He was
Yeah.
bald and he had glasses.
Yeah, he didn't talk, which is probably why you don't remember him. He's a very
Speak.
not verbose man.
I edited
Speak mute.
all
But-
the Alluvia
no.
gyms, so I
Yes.
have a really good recollection.
Yeah,
of all
so
of them.
there's that.
Plus, his name is Hank.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Didn't
wrong
have
with the
him.
name Hank.
Yep.
Yeah, there is.
But
You're a
yeah.
Hank.
So that's
I'm kidding.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
As you finish that book
We love you, Hank.
to
Yes.
further sort of help you along,
Yeah.
I'm gonna start giving you extra bonuses when you try to identify members of the Quiver.
Sick.
And to recall information about them.
Okay.
Because Phoebe will have read this book. There are things that I'm not going to think of right now to tell you.
Okay. Cool.
So
as it pops up.
yes,
can't
as
wait.
things pop up, you're going to start getting extra bonuses. So just denote that somewhere. I'm
Bonus!
basically
Put that
going to
on
give
the
you
bottom
proficiency.
of your sheet.
So anytime you're asking about the Quiver, if I forget to remind you, you have an additional +3. So just put that somewhere. But I'll say that takes you about 2 hours to finish the rest of your book. Phoebe's a pretty fast reader as you're kind of blitzing through. But then the synapses start firing and you start making connections of who would be what.
I can't wait for the Phoebe interaction where she sees a tattoo, judges them purely by looks. Like, let me guess, Ratcatcher.
Rude. But yeah, the human names that you have heard would be a Ratcatcher, a Spearhead, an Arrowhead, and a Pathfinder.
Okay.
And then whatever the rank is above that. It's only ever alluded to. They don't ever know. Because basically the book that you have is not a one-to-one written by like an ex-member of the Quiver.
Yeah.
It is somebody that is recounting an ancient tale, and you're making some logical conclusions from there.
So Arrowhead is the same thing as Spearhead.
Sort of. A Spearhead would be someone like Rosalie.
Yeah.
An Arrowhead would be... I may have messed up on my terminology here. So a Spearhead would be a mayor, a sheriff, someone similarly important with a tattoo. An Arrowhead would be the human term, the elf term for a Pathfinder. Sorry, I got that mixed up.
Okay.
Ignore Arrowhead, and also ignore Spearhead. I just don't have a cooler human name for that one yet. So ignore that one. Ratcatchers entry level. There's a rank in between, which is Spearhead. Just needs a new title. Then there's Pathfinder, which would be Arrowhead. Then you have...
Be like a homekeeper.
Kind of. You'd be like a warden, but that already exists, so I'm kind of stuck there. Jordan's dying. It is funny, Bo.
Not so funny now, is it?
But yeah, I'll kind of get that cleaned up in the future. I'll make sure that's a little cleaner. But right now I'm running into an issue where I already have the name Warden, which would be a perfect name for what this is. So, short of that,
What you gonna do?
yeah.
Call him
With all that
Hank.
junk.
Exactly. Okay, so while Phoebe is finishing up, we've got a little bit of training going on with Eunice
Yep.
and Monty.
And a new ice Pidgey.
Yep. Bentley has left his book in his pillowcase. CJ is having some brekkie, and it's around this time as D is kind of collecting himself while Cooper bounces off the walls quite literally that the door will unlock for the day.
Ooh. And then I'll run to the door.
Okay.
And
You
I'm
run to the
going to
door.
don my goggles.
Okay. I'm assuming you guys are emerging in the same place that you entered. I hate to presume anything.
All the way down at Falchester.
Yeah, we go far away. We have to walk all the way again. No! But just in case. I don't mean to
Yes.
presume, but okay. Yeah, you open the door. Goggles on.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And just for my notes, I'm bringing Monty.
Okay.
I'm assuming Wadsworth will be like volunteering, be like, please let me come with.
Wadsworth is much more reserved, but absolutely. Internally, he's like, oh God, I've missed the sun. It was so nice to be out. And also, he's just genuinely concerned about you. He wants to make sure you're
so
okay.
he's coming, and then I'm going to bring Eunice and this ice Pidgey.
Oh!
And then I'm going to dub Sammy right now. But they're going to chill with me right now by the door, and then I am going to be taking watch of everyone leaving and like their energy. And
So we're gonna get a little noodly about this because it might matter in the future.
No.
I want a marching order of literally everybody that's leaving the manor,
Well,
please.
before we leave,
Yeah.
guys, reminder, that Oni thing is presumably going to be out there and looking for us.
Yeah.
So, let's all
Let's
try
not
and be.
leave. I'm just kidding.
Well, let's try and be stealth. I have
never
my
leave again.
spell tag. It'll maybe ward away evil. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not with our luck. But just
It might. Maybe
You
it'll
know.
glow or something.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, just maybe like keep a low profile. Try not to step on any brittle twigs and things. And
It's gonna be kind of hard.
Just in the jungle.
I'm going to get a quick view of everyone with the goggles as you leave. So just send out whoever's coming with
Fashion
us,
show!
so I
Yeah.
can see them because
Get a baseline.
from what it sounds like, this
Wait
thing
for it,
is
Travis.
is source enhanced, and as CJ mentioned, might be able to identify them with these. So if we get a look at like Crash is source infused, so he's gonna glow a certain way, but if he tries to be Crash, it would look different. So I just want to get some eyes on everyone that's coming. So
That's fair.
Good thing we've been paranoid
Yeah,
for so
I'll
long.
toss out Mute, Powder Keg, Doubloon, and Star.
Okay. Mute, no glow.
Okay.
Sorry, pal. Powder Keg, quite glow. Even without the presence of the stone nearby, his entire being is lit up. He was at one point infused. He glows. Sorry. Who's
Doubloon,
next? Doubloon, no glow.
Star.
Star, subtle glow, and it's very bizarre to look at. She is quite prismatic, so to speak. So to say. Wow.
So to
So to
say.
say. So to say. She is very prismatic. So her aura is all over the board. But that's her baseline.
okay,
Star goes from red to yellow to blue to purple, pink, white,
sure.
everything. Every color in between, and it's not like a consistent shimmering
Like flow.
between. It's like the
It's not like RGB.
It's like oil in sunlight. She's
Sure,
very
sure,
just
sure.
sort of swirly.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
but that is Dee's team.
Okay.
I
Who's
don't
next?
think I'm forgetting anything on there.
Apophis is on my shoulder, and I'll
Yeah.
send out Mortar
Okay.
Manny, Tallulah Rose.
Apophis, subtle glow on the rock that it's
Oh.
holding. Very subtle. It's again, it's a terrible analogy to use because it has implications, but you get sort of like the dark saber glow.
Yeah.
So it's black within, white without. It almost
Okay.
looks like you're staring at a black hole.
Sure.
Mortar, quite glowy, bright red. Full red outline of this big duck. Rose, very small blue glow around her neck. Tucked within the kerchief. And you guys just correct me if I'm calling out an item that they no longer have. But that is what Rose would have. Who else is out for you? There's one more. Manny?
Manny, Tallulah.
Tallulah, no glow. Manny, very strong glow coming from just the club. Two colors. There's sort of an orangish brown, an amber color, if you will. And then that same sort of dark saber glow on his club, which does do that. And then a sort of similar aura on the whip around his hip.
Okay.
His hip whip.
Maybe
CJ, who are you bringing with you?
Is the whole thing we're throwing out all of the people that we're bringing
Anyone
with
that
us?
you're bringing with you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the day, I think, is the
Yes.
request.
Okay, Crash,
Crash,
Bang.
bright blue, Bang, subtle bit of red, very subtle.
Winter,
Winter, no glow.
Riot,
Riot, very strong glow, very, very strong. Deep, deep purple.
and Cyanide.
Cyanide, no glow.
How many was that?
CJ,
5.
white glow.
5.
These two carry.
Oh.
Got more badges.
Cause
Oh, yeah.
we them
Fine,
boys.
fine.
Cause we them boys.
I missed one.
Graduated.
You got Crash, you got Bang, you got Riot, Winter.
Yep, winter.
Winter, no glow.
Winter, no glow.
No glow.
CJ, bright white.
You're not bringing Slurp?
Should I?
No, I was just Derby wants to play with him today. If you're cool with that.
Sure.
Slurpee boy.
Bye, Big Liz.
Big Liz.
Oh,
bye-bye.
I'm not bringing Derby. That's why I'm saying like in the manor.
In the manor.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. No,
Okay.
he
Okay.
Slurp's like always chilling.
Yeah. And I know I will have missed this, but just I'm only human. Anybody that was hit by Arlecchino's beam has a very subtle dull green glow in addition to or on top of whatever they would already have.
Isn't like everybody.
It is
hit
the
by
most
that?
obvious on Slurp because he had it the worst, which is the only reason I'm thinking about it now.
Got it.
Ow.
All of his scars are kind of nicely healing over. You guys have access to a lot of, I'll just be honest, magical tech to kind of fix it up, but there are still some marks on there. So anybody that took those hits, that aura will be there. So just for your notes, for your catalog of events, anybody that took that hit, it doesn't match any other aura that you've seen so far. So I'll throw that out for you.
Okay.
Okay. But that is CJ's team. Phoebes, who are you bringing with you?
I am bringing Shirley,
Shirley, no glow.
Pontiki,
Pontiki, from the seashell necklace. Bright yellow.
Claremont.
Claremont. So glad that you said
The
Claremont.
rainbow.
Claremont.
From his
Different-
heart.
Different from
He's a Care
Manny.
Bear.
Very subtle sort of maroon glow. And then a almost solid silver from his belt.
Interesting.
Which similarly does not match anything else that you've scanned with these.
Okay.
But it is, because it's kind of hard to describe these differently enough. The closest thing you've seen is Apophysis Rock to the way that they're registering.
Sure.
After Claremont.
And Gleek.
Gleek!
It's only 3, right? Oh, no, it's
No,
4.
there's
Sure.
4.
The Gleeks,
Just ignore
very, very strong. Similar to... God, this is getting complicated. Similar to Manny's whip. There's a tether between each of the Gleeks.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
So they are bound together by something.
It's neat.
By
And
Yoke.
no one else,
Friendship.
people-wise, other than CJ?
No one else people-wise other than CJ.
Okay.
And then who's up for Milo Squad? Just to cover my bases.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Because if you look at yourself, you will now glow.
Am
But-
I the Oni?
Ah!
Monty.
Monty, very subtle glow in his right wing, highly located, black. I will throw out it is the exact spot you pulled the tracking chip out.
Oh. I don't like that. Eunice?
Eunice! Similar to... Nobody. Dang it. Okay, it's like an icy blue type deal.
I was expecting it's like no glow. No glow.
No, Eunice, very subtle icy blue glow.
Okay. Sammy the Pidgey?
Sammy the Pidgey, very similar to Eunice, but very concentrated because it's fresh.
Sure.
Bright, light blue.
And Wadsworth.
Wadsworth, similar to you, pinkish purple. Just differentiate that from the one that's on Riot.
Okay.
Different hues. Amethyst, sure, why not? Go with that. But that is the sort of head count of everybody, and you and Wadsworth share the same glow.
Okay. And then before we depart, I came up with a game for the 2 ground boys.
Ground boys!
In the room, I'm going to make like a really tall, like 50-foot, just wooden board. And then there's going to be a target at the top. And whoever can get the highest piece of mud by the time we get home, or the best bullseye, will get to pick dinner.
Okay.
And we'll make 2 slightly different colored mud piles,
I
so
was
it's
gonna
easy
say.
to distinguish who's who.
It's like, yeah, Slurp will imagine some blue dye.
Sure.
Put that on there, and Derby will pick a color. Probably green. You got enough green paint laying around
Sure,
from
yeah.
the advent of your shirt.
Yep. So we'll work on some mud
Blue team, green
strength
team.
throwing
I
and
love it.
some accuracy.
I love it.
noise.
Bentley will call back everybody except for Apophis.
Okay.
And then lead the way out of the manor very slowly with his spell tag up and like looking around to try and see if the Liperd is still hanging around.
Give me a perception check.
Liperd.
22.
Yeah, it's still up in the trees. Right where it said it would be.
Cool.
Doesn't seem to react to you guys magically appearing. It's like, yeah, whatever. That's how they
I'll
got
do
in
the
there.
like the hand motion to everybody else like it's safe to come out.
Perfect.
We good?
Goosh.
Looks like it's safe. I see Lipod in the tree. They don't seem very concerned, so I think we're okay for now.
Why are we whispering?
Oh,
Be quiet.
brief cleanup.
What?
CJ's arm, because you're wearing Theo's gear. CJ's arm gauntlet, bright amber, and a silvery gray.
Okay.
Different to Claremont's silver, but I'm running through my brain if there were any other.
Widen that color palette.
I don't think there was another of this type, so I'm not.
It's an eggshell white versus wedding dress.
I just said, Dean,
cream?
we might be
Smoker's
being
teeth
tracked,
yellow.
so like, let's try and be stealthy today, okay?
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah. No. You got slacking with you.
Yeah, and I'll pull out my axe.
King of the jungle.
Yeah, not worried about it.
Oh God, Honage.
Sorry.
Honage will have a similar glow to whatever I just was talking about. CJ's arm gauntlet.
What about Mana?
Mana no glow.
What about Dez?
Dez isn't here. You sent him away.
I know, but
He
I
wants
want to
him
know.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, don't worry. We'll
You
deal
never
with
What
it.
about
Ansem?
We'll deal with Dez later. Ansem
Never.
is glowing so much. He's got a new moisturizer. He's doing
Yeah,
good.
he's got some highlight.
Yeah.
He's gleaming with radioactivity. That's
Not
what he's
I-
gleaming with.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
found the plutonium still.
Glowing bright
Radiation
green.
source stuff.
I will be the last one out. I'll shut the door.
Very good. Little bit of cleanup because it'll probably happen at some point. Lipard, very strong, very very potent, similar to Riot.
Okay.
However, the aura does not match the body. It
What-
does not.
what?
It does not form to everybody else that you look at. The aura is the same shape as them,
Okay, I see.
with the exception of Monty
Uh-huh.
and your Lipard friend.
Okay.
Monty has a concentration of it on a wing.
Yeah.
This Lipard has what looks to be like the back legs, and then it just stops at the top of it.
Interesting. And I'll ask it. Hey, anything weird?
No.
Okay.
Good job.
We're all clear, so let's
Perfect.
roll out.
Did it answer you that time?
Yep.
So you can talk to it.
I guess so.
Autobots assemble.
But nothing happened last night, so let's keep moving.
Yeah, think we're good.
up trucking.
I'll have Gleek out.
Yeah. Glick.
Just the loudest team member. Bentley's freaking out right now.
And I throw out powder keg. No, I'm just kidding.
Like he loves the jungle. I
In
can't
powder keg
deprive him of
jungles the
this
Gleek.
I'm not shitting on the decision. It's just Bentley is
extra
he's
skirt.
He's spooked, so he's gonna be like walking kind of away from the group, doing like hide and seek almost, like trying to go like a tree and then like plan his path and then like scoot up to another tree.
Love it. Everyone's just walking to Bentley's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bentley's doing Mission Impossible nonsense, and y'all are just traveling like we normally do.
Yep.
I'm gonna come over to Bentley on Crash.
okay.
But you know this thing is probably trying to do what you're doing,
Yeah, so know the enemy, right?
right? But
And then
if
he'll
we're
scoot up even more, hide behind a bush.
but it's not gonna do anything if we're doing it.
What?
Like, what does it matter if we're doing it? Like, just because we're high, like we think it's not gonna be able to find us because you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm being stealthy. What do you mean?
There's too many of us for that.
No, not if we're all stealthy, which is why I'm being stealthy off on the side.
Dude, are you serious?
Yeah, if it finds you guys, then I can jump in from the side maybe and get it by surprise.
I honestly, all right. You know what? Have fun.
CJ, it could be anything. Just be careful. It could be
Could be a boat.
Dude, I know that.
could be a pigeon in the trees.
I'm not happy about
Could be
this.
a random trainer.
I'm
Could be a lost child that isn't a lost child.
right.
Yeah, so be careful.
Okay.
And then he'll do like a tuck and roll, like
It could.
over a log.
It could grab you while you're behind a tree and then walk into our group like pretending to be you.
All right, so keep an eye on me then.
But if you're being stealthy, how are we gonna keep an eye on you?
Well, why do you not want to be stealthy right now? I don't understand.
It just
Because it's
doesn't.
not gonna make a difference.
doesn't
This
call
thing's gonna
for
find
it
us
right now.
regardless.
Not why? What do you mean?
If a
it's inevitable,
random-
it's just gonna find us.
If a random lost child comes out of the jungle right now, I'm immediately gonna look at it with these goggles, and,
And
we're
I'll
probably gonna
I'll
attack
probably
it.
just shoot it with my gun.
Yeah, and I have
Just
an
like a
axe
random
and a
child
jar
out
in
of
the
the
Hope
middle
there's
of
no
the
lost
jungle.
children in this jungle.
Yeah. Screw you,
It's
D,
not.
for axing that LG.
Dead.
Excuse me, which way to Green Gate?
Shoot it in the leg. What's the worst that happens? It's a real human? That sucks. We'll fix your leg. You can be on your way.
All right,
Well,
Bentley's still
Please
going to
accept
be
this
like
ambrosia.
off to the
So
side,
sorry.
but if they're walking on like a central path, he'll be like hugging the tree line basically and like just.
So so that it's out there, let's get a stealth roll from everybody else.
It's gonna be funny if
Cool,
you
just chilling.
We all
critically
lose
fail.
track,
If
for
you,
sure.
We all lose track of Bentley. Here comes the Oni right out of the gate.
16.
16? Awesome. Wow, really? CJ, Phoebe, and Milo can all see you. You managed to elude these eyes.
Probably by barely too. What's my passive?
I have your passive at 14. That could
You're
be
correct.
wrong, but
You're correct. It is
yeah.
14.
So you managed to slink into the trees, and Dee's like, "Oh wow, he's actually pretty stealthy." And the three of you all clock Bentley doing the.
I mean,
am
at
the
least we can
knight.
see him.
But that way, it's out there. If anything is trying to find you, they will have to beat a 16 to discover Mr. Woods.
Perfect.
All right.
I want to ask D a couple questions.
Sure.
And in a weird meta sense,
Uh-huh.
you've been. Let's discuss Haka for a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
You've been Haka's trainer for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like part of the hard thing for when I was trying to help out Bang is I didn't know his limits. Like he's presented and shows a pretty high game, so I went all out and I maybe shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
But you know kind of where Haka's limits are. If hypothetically you were to do an attack on Haka with one of your other Pokemon, would you be able to understand on a level it's like, hey, he probably couldn't take another one of those?
Yeah, as long as from all of my research and I actually pull out my super old journal, like as long as we can drown out any water and make sure he doesn't produce any, we can keep him sustained hard long enough. I mean, granted, with all this moon touch stuff, that beam is probably what is going to be doing.
Yeah.
But as long he can't stay in a fight longer as long as there's sunlight.
Okay.
On top of, and we've noticed, like even with the moon touch, the sun even hurts that. So
Yeah. Because I'm thinking if you get someone that you know that can like do a good amount of damage but not like kill him, and pair that up with Monty who can do a move that doesn't do a ton of damage but stuns him.
yeah,
And then we can kind of like, you can hit him and we can kind of see where he's at. And like, do we want to do another one?
I'd probably just use mute because I mean they've been training in together the longest, and mute's usually pretty good with when he needs to pull back on something. So
Okay. Because then, if he's just stunned and stuck there, we can do that. But in a way, I'm kind of asking if D would have any insight to like his own Pokemon stats, so to speak, to be like, oh, he's bloodied at this point. Or
I would say different from when you were with Bang.
Uh-huh.
And exactly how you described it. You know Bang is insane.
Yeah.
Like he's an absolute powerhouse. So
Yeah.
you assume, oh, he could probably take this.
Yeah.
If you had CJ in the room, I would have allowed you to say, I will hold back, leave him at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I will make you that same offer for D.
Okay.
If D is with you, D would know, okay, maybe do like 86% of this attack.
Okay.
Like hold back a little bit.
Yeah.
So if it's a multi-hit thing,
Okay.
kind of like how you were going to hit Bang, be like, okay, maybe if you go like 20 feet up instead of
Yeah.
like 80,
Okay.
that might work. Similar to that.
The only thing that I want to toss out there is we'll have to have a greater conversation with everybody because I don't fully understand the flesh ball thing, and I'm not 100% confident it's going to work. So if it doesn't, I think we just have to do what we did for Bang and go that route and use the last ambrosia. However, in a similar situation to Bang, if this works and we cure him and we don't have to use it, we can slowly do this with others on the team. And like, if it were me, I think it's worth that last ambrosia to try it.
that's fair.
So I'll let you present that how you want.
No time like the present,
Okay.
and I'll whistle to everybody.
Okay. Bentley, I'll leave it up to you if you exit your stealth. As D's like, hey, yo, Bentley, where'd you go?
Yeah.
As you're just, I am the knight.
No, I'd be like watching the group from my stealth position on the side and not really like paying so much attention to them as I am like the surroundings and like trying to see like if there's like a tree that moves funny.
Yeah. Do you
or,
want to do a
like-
roll about it?
Sure.
Okay.
We're walking and talking though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It could be perception,
Always.
nature, survival, whatever you want to
Always
do.
walk and talk.
Always.
Throw me something.
Take 2 steps, then say a sentence. Take another 2 steps, another sentence.
What?
16 perception.
Is that how you walk and talk?
I can't do
That's
both.
amazing.
It's not talk and walk. It's walk or talk.
Yes.
Different.
Okay. Cool. No mysterious trees moving. You do see a rather lanky creature. It's quite long and slender. Almost resembles maybe a ferret, perhaps. These very long, sort of hooked and bored claws. They come to a fine point, and it is currently attempting to climb a tree to retrieve what looks to be a small pouch of some kind. And it's just making slow and steady progress. It's about probably 60 or so feet off the path from you. A little ways away. Has no idea that anybody's here.
Okay.
Seems singularly focused. It's like,
Can I scan it with my dex?
from this far, I'll say yes, but at disadvantage.
Okay. And I will have turned the volume off of my Pokedex.
It is impossible, but I will tell you you're far enough away. I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay.
It will always go bloop, bloop.
Natural 1.
Natural 1!
It's a tree.
Yeah. It's pretty far away. It's kind of hard to get it in focus, but you can see this sort of long, slender creature trying to make its way up there.
Can I see what the pouch may be?
Then I'll say just give me a perception check.
Okay.
It's pretty far away, but it's well lit.
14.
14. It seems similar, like a small satchel carrying pouch. Nothing too different to what you guys might carry around with you. Not a full like backpack, but
But it is strange
Weird.
that
like a
it's up
small
in a
satchel.
tree.
Yeah. It is quite strange.
Okay. Well, I'll just be keeping my periphery onto that happening and listen to the group, but like most of my attention is toward this Pokemon satchel combo.
They're talking to you. Okay. Very good. All right. Otherwise, you all hear D whistle?
Got some things that we should probably discuss, both Ambrosia, Moon Touch like, and then some things about Green Gate too. So where would we like to start? Ambrosia, Moon Touched area? Cool. So thinking about attempting to do what Milo did with Bang.
Okay.
How does everybody feel about that? But if it goes south, using it Ambrosia.
Sure.
Okay. Phoebe.
I'm denoting my opinions in secret.
My diary.
Dear diary, D gave me the dumbest idea. Yeah, fine, D, whatever.
I mean, the only reason I'm hesitating is because it's the last one.
Correct. But Milo has a way to possibly not need it as long as we do it properly.
Yeah.
How
You guys-
difficult is it to do it properly?
I mean, he tried to do that with Bang.
Yeah, but he also was like, this is a heat of a moment sort of situation. Do you have like a plan?
That's what him and I have been discussing. Yeah.
Do you guys think you could do it?
Yeah. I'm very aware of how much Haka can take. So when he gets to a certain threshold and I feel like he's on his weaker end, then Milo can do his freaking arm thing, guru.
I say go for it. Also, I'd like to see you do it.
Yeah, sure. I trust you guys. And
Dude,
then
where the
that
hell
will,
did
like-
you come from?
I'm being stealth. And
Throw
then
the axe down.
just right in the forehead. Just dead.
Well, there's the Ambrosia.
You were so sneaky.
Congrats, you don't get to save Haga now.
You startled me.
I
This
imagine,
is really on you.
I imagine we'll do this in the manor.
Yes.
And we will make like a safe room with a window if you guys want to watch, but then it'll just be literally
An operations
the
theater.
two of us, Haka, Mute, and Monty, and that's it. And if things go like really south, just lock it and whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will. I'm just, being precautious.
Yeah.
Bentley will slowly start making his way toward where the satchel is in the tree.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure everyone was okay and cool with that. I wanted to do something a little bit more hasty, but after sitting down with Milo last night and talking about it, I came to the realization that I shouldn't, so I did give the ambrosia over to Milo, so I didn't do anything rash.
And
Just throwing that out there.
honestly, in theory, if this works and we don't have to use the ambrosia, we can, if this flesh ball continues to just like empty itself and become usable, we could in theory save the rest of our
The squad.
friends.
Do you know that's the case?
Do I know what's the case?
That the flesh ball's empty and can be used again?
I know that it's empty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it can be used again.
You
I'm
guys
not
haven't tried
100% certain.
to activate it since.
I don't really
How do
want to
you
like
activate it?
use it.
Because we don't want to capture you like almost CJ almost did.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, yeah.
hesitant to just like use it willy-nilly. So in the room, should this fail, I mean, then we finish the job and use the ambrosia and know it's done for. But like I said, like there's a chance. And if it works and we can potentially save who's left, Gumi and Dragon, then
Yeah, statistically it's a 50-50, like a literal coin flip of whether or not this will work or not.
yeah. And if we get the right side, we can potentially save the other two and other people along the way.
So
I don't see why we wouldn't try it.
Haka would be a test, but it could be the only test.
Yes.
I just want you all to be aware of that. So, okay.
Green Gate.
The closer we get
Mull
to
it
Green
over.
Gate, we need to make sure that we're either A, in the Manor at night, or B, we camp or far outside of the perimeter of Green Gate.
Why?
Yeah.
So at night, everybody locks doors, windows, and like has these like shutters that you literally like almost barricade yourselves like within a house,
What?
because you
To
will
protect the kids.
hear an essentially almost tapping and scratching on the outside of windows, doors, rattling of things of trying to get into you or get into the home.
It's real?
What?
That's real?
I mean, I've experienced it a number of times.
What?
What is it though?
I don't know. You don't go outside. If you go outside or that thing comes in and you're gone.
That
Like
People
things
disappear?
just take.
Yeah, people
People?
disappear from Green Gate all the time if you're out after night. There's a strict curfew.
it's real? My parents always told me that.
But this
Bad
is kids
kids
and
went missing.
kids and adults. Like it happens to anybody.
Oh.
That doesn't make me feel
Okay, but like,
better.
what do people say is taking people? Like, there's
Yeah.
got to be like.
I don't know, like some creature things that look to be like almost trees and stuff that live within the woods. It's like as if nature kind of moves in on it and then moves back out when the sun comes up.
So trees are taking people in a place where there's just countless trees.
But the trees also are protecting the people during the day, and at night
They want their money for doing so.
Yeah.
This is
So
sick,
CJ, you can't
bro.
make any deals with them.
Why not?
CJ would never.
No tree deals.
I mean, if they have like secret information, why not?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good thing.
I'll tell
that-
you how to solve a Rubik's Cube if you kill 30 people
I
by
mean,
Sunday.
If I have to do it, I have to do it.
Mr. Woods,
Yes.
as you approach this relatively long-ish, slender creature that is just kind of making slow progress up to this pouch, it does not notice you. You're quite sneaky. Despite what 3 of your friends might try to tell you, this thing has no idea that you're on approach. And it's just kind of reaching one long claw out for this little bag. And now that you're closer, the bag is about the size of probably the satchel that Derby's got. It's probably the best example I've got. It's
Okay.
maybe yay big,
Right.
like a lunchbox size almost, but it's flatter. And it's hanging off a strap of a branch And as you kind of look further up into the tree, give me perception or investigation. Dealer's choice. Whichever you're better at.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay. You don't notice anything hinky with the tree. Just seems to be a normal tree. But there is a bag hanging out of there. And the one thing I will say that you do see is a very, very fresh, ripe-looking berry. Bright blue in color.
In the satchel or next to the satchel?
In the satchel.
Okay.
And the satchel itself is probably about 30-ish feet up in this tree. And the creature is similarly that high up.
Okay, I will gesture to Apophis to float up there and bring the satchel down.
Okay. Yeah, as Apophis kind of just floats up, you can see this creature's just almost got it. Almost got it. Yeah.
Yoink.
It just floats down and it just it just chitters sadly as it kind of slides down the side. As Apophis goes to just
Thanks. And
drops the
I'll
satchel down.
look at the satchel and open it.
Yeah, it's a small brown satchel. It's got a little kind of like triangle-esque design of like blue and red triangles. Kind of goes around. And as you open up the top, there's that large plump berry. Mm-hmm. There's a even larger citrus berry. You guys have seen enough of those. And there's another berry kind of like jammed down on the bottom. It seems like a little bit squished, partially ruined, which you would know to be approximately 2/3 of a raspberry.
Squishberry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the squished one out of the bottom and I'll toss it over to the creature.
Yeah.
Here's the junk.
I will eliminate the mystery for you. The Linoon does not care about the berries. Cares about the bag.
Interesting. Is this yours? Okay, well, we got it down for you. Here you go. Try not to lose it again.
Picks up the raspberry, shoves it in there. And
Nice.
So he kind of cared about the berries.
A little bit. It's free food.
Just like hell yeah.
Yeah. So you can write down you have an oran berry and a citrus berry.
Oh, I would have left him in the bag. I wouldn't take its stuff.
Oh, then you have nothing.
You nothing. Like it.
You lose!
You have nothing. You won the day, morally.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't notice anything else particularly odd here. Just seems like the Linoon wanted a bag up in a tree.
Okay. Well, then I'll walk back to the group. Hey, I found like a version of William.
Really?
Not
Yeah.
being stealthy anymore?
What?
Scan immediately.
Anyway,
What?
Another God. Okay, another slight retcon from when you left. Bentley will look the same,
Okay.
but his backpack is glowing.
Okay.
It was glowing leaving the mansion,
Yes, it
though.
was glowing leaving the mansion. It's glowing now.
Okay. It's glowing.
God, you have so many toys, guys.
Too much.
Stop giving him toys, Drew.
It is glowing red, which would be Mortar's ball. Sorry. Sorry, I forgot.
It's safe, everybody.
There's a lot.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Just to throw that
Hey,
out
Bentley.
there, I missed that one.
bugs also are very kind of frowned upon within Green Gate because the people there feel like that the bugs will eat the things of the trees and that protect the people so that the trees will go away, so they just kind of stay away from bugs.
because they're mean.
Okay, so don't show bugs to
The
anybody.
bugs
I
are
mean-
not good against the trees that are also kidnapping people, but we don't want to upset them further?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
because as long as you're inside, they're not going to hurt you.
Okay.
It's mostly like a scare tactic that they're like, come here, brr, come outside, kind of thing. Come play with me.
Ooh, come here.
Yeah.
All right.
Come outside.
So, I mean, bugs aren't like not gonna kill you. They're more frowned upon, not like they're illegal, but they're if like you're seen with them in there, people are like, hey, you might want to put that away, otherwise you might upset the trees.
Oh, okay. We even have
People
bugs? I mean, Shirley has
talk
ants.
and like
Evanrude.
like
Do you have Evan
communicate
Rude
with
with-
trees in this place.
I don't have Evinrude or Nipsey with me.
Are there
Okay.
tree communicators?
Yeah.
I love
Lorax.
nature.
Hippies.
Danny DeVito.
I mean, there's.
I hug
speak for
trees.
trees.
I didn't really talk to too many people there. I mean, people knew me and I knew of people, but not anything that they did in their downtime.
Were you born in Greengate, or did you move there?
Yeah, I was born in Green Gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there are kids.
Why would there be kids?
I've heard
What?
this tree stuff.
I mean, it's kind of common. Yeah, it's. I shouldn't say common knowledge, but it's a thing.
Bentley's gonna look around in the trees to see if Leipert is still following.
Yep.
Okay.
It's it is making no real attempt to be stealthy. It is just naturally a very
but if
dexterous
it's still
creature.
there and like not
Quick
freaking
question.
out,
It
we
is
should be
always
okay.
about 30 feet behind the last person in line.
Are the trees, the forest of Greengate, is it similar, or is it like a special, like it's distinct?
What do you mean?
Like the trees there are only found in Greengate, or is it like these trees?
Well, they might be like these trees now, given that this has changed since I last came through here.
Okay.
Because it didn't look like this when I came down.
I've never heard of trees taking people before, so I feel like it's just Greengate.
But it's kind of cool.
I mean,
But
yeah.
like the trees there, Drew, correct me if I'm wrong, they're
Sure.
like redwood-esque, like super
Yeah.
thick.
Yep. They are enormous.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like 3 C's thick.
They are tremendously vibrant and lush. The smaller ones push about 80 feet.
And at
Gotcha.
this point, CJ is starting to imagine thick butts all over these trees.
Oh no.
And just getting aroused.
Think of
They rot and return to normal.
best way I can describe it. Think of how New Tree is. A lot of trees, but all the houses aren't built into the trees. They're built around the trees
Okay.
and on the
So,
ground.
so the
Like there could be a tree
Greengate
like
is
in the
in
house.
the trees, not like
Yeah.
Yep.
in the
So
forest.
where
He's not wrong.
Nutri would be mostly a nice healthy mix.
Yeah.
If the tree is large enough, they might build up
okay.
into it, or if
Yeah.
it's sort of kind of rotted out from the middle. Otherwise, they would have a treehouse out and around.
Yeah.
Greengate is very much so. Your front door is the trunk of the tree, and you kind of like take a lift or some spiral stairs, and then you would live in basically a treehouse.
Okay. Okay.
Most,
I was-
I will say, most of Greengate is off the ground by about 40 feet.
Oh, I was picturing like one single clearing.
Yeah, which is why
Which is not the case.
people are so
So the-
perturbed by something tapping on their door or their window
'Cause it
when
could
it's
be
40
wind.
feet up in the tree. Because your brain starts to
Right.
race of like
And they're in
what
a
is
tree.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're in a tree.
And
But-
it's so high up that it's hard for kids to get around, so there's no kids.
Well, they fall.
Oh my god.
There's no safety rails.
There is a little bit of fault. Like there's
They
a lot
fall
of
into
broken
the
bones.
moss and they're never seen again.
Yeah. Oof. I mean, I went to school with some kids. I mean, the class wasn't that big. I mean, I think there's like 15 of us maybe.
Are they still there?
They were there when I left.
Were they born in Greengate?
Yeah.
I love
You're really
this.
on this, Milo.
Suspicious Milo is my favorite.
I
Milo.
mean,
Sussy
most people. I mean, this is the most. I
Milo.
guess like you think that New Tree was spooky because of the gym.
Yeah.
Like imagine that the gym, but it's the entire town.
See, I assumed it was like what I was told was just a spooky tale, and then D was like, trees kidnap
Yeah,
people.
it's
And I was
confirmation
like,
bias.
Oh,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
so
whoa.
now
You are-
everything's real.
You're hearing information that's causing things to connect, and
Yeah.
you're like, it is real. And then
Yeah.
therefore,
Yeah.
everything you've heard
There's
is
no kids
probably...
there.
So yeah, like
Yeah.
my house is. I'd probably say within like the top percent of like most protected.
Top percentage of house.
What do you mean by most protected?
It's
Well, I mean, you've
I'll
seen
tell
my
you
dad.
to correct me if I'm wrong, but yours is probably one of the more developed ones. Everyone
Yeah.
else tries to live within the realm. The Blackwater residence is very well monitored. They use actual building materials outside of just wood. There are man-made materials that constructed basically a house up in this tree. It looks more like a watchtower than anything else.
How
It's got
Interesting.
keypads. It's got cameras.
Yeah.
It's like Fort Knox.
It's a
So
fortress.
if like the whole town were to get mood touched, it would just be a concrete building that falls to the ground and maintains.
You not too far off.
It's a panic room.
in theory, couldn't we stay in your
House?
family's house then?
If I can remember the passcodes and stuff to get back in, yeah.
Bro, what?
And then I mean, we could stay at there's an inn there.
Oh, okay.
But super weird lady. She's very keen on you do not leave your room at night, given the circumstances. Like you
Oh, okay.
She protects the kids.
don't come out into the hallway either. It's you're in
Oh.
your room.
That doesn't
Don't-
sound like the type of environment that I am going to be successful in.
correct. That's why you were staying at my house
Okay.
because I can lock you in a room if need be. With
You
love
can,
and care.
you can try.
I don't
With
have
peace
to
and love. I'm locking you in with peace and love.
I'll let you out in the morning, I
With
promise.
peace and love. You're in the room with no windows. Peace and love.
Yeah, no, because, yeah, I mean, the only, like, I guess my
The Oni?
my
No, I'm
room
just kidding.
my room would be the most safe, being in the attic.
I'm silly for like wanting to camp outside in Green
Green
Gate,
Gate, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's
you're an
silly.
That's
idiot.
not even
Not a
silly.
that's
That's insane.
Yeah.
But like, are they like? I wonder if these people like die. I want to see if like trees are eating people. I kind of want to see.
You want to
that.
be eaten by trees?
Well, I don't want to be
I went to
eaten by a
school
tree. I
with
want
this
to
one
see somebody be eaten by a tree.
I went to school with this one kid named Billy. Apparently, he snuck out at night, and I haven't seen him since. And I was like 10.
Yeah, but that could just be like they're really
Correct.
hardcore about it, and like
But it
all the
happens.
adults are like, I don't know. There's conspiracy theories.
It happened to one of my neighbors too, and he was a grown man.
Phoebe, with the manor,
Oh my god.
would you be able to make like
Got a question about the manor.
like
wonder he
windows
left.
to the outside?
Ooh.
No.
No. Okay.
No. There, you can pick
I'm
what
asking,
it looks like
I'm asking
outside.
Tia currently, not
Yeah.
not you. You stand over there.
Shut up, you.
I cannot.
Well, what are you good for?
I'll just leave.
Yeah, because it's come up a few times before. You guys can pick what it looks like outside.
Mm-hmm.
If you want it to look like you're on the
But we
beach,
can't
you
see
can.
the
I want it
actual
to
outside.
look like trees are
so
eating
much
people.
like Green
That's a
Gate
good idea,
that
though.
it actually
Yeah.
is Green Gate.
Once that
it's a
door
powerful wish.
closes for the night, you have no access to the actual world unless you drop the manor. Everything gets shunted out.
Effectively, my thought is I want us to be safe, not camp like schmucko, but still be able to see what is happening that's causing all the scritchy
Impossible.
scratching. Because I feel
Yeah.
like it could just at this point be like an old wives' tale kind of thing, where it's like, oh, it's just the wind and like
I mean,
branches scratch
Feel
the
free.
trees.
You can check my
but-
monitoring system when we get home, and you can stay up all night watching it while you're hearing the scratching, scratching.
Yeah,
of
but then
something
there's
trying
not
to
going to
get
be
ya.
anything outside to come like take. So like
What?
They're always at people's doors and windows, though.
we're gonna find something.
But do you see them on like
that we can use
I don't.
as bait.
cameras?
Yeah.
I haven't
makes
because I wasn't stupid enough to attempt to.
So even if you look at them, you get taken. What do you
I
mean?
don't know. I didn't try. I was told when nighttime comes, you turn everything off, you get into bed, you do not leave bed until the morning. And I mean, I've woken up in the middle of the night and just heard like,
But you do have outdoor cameras at your family's place.
yeah, I have one that watches the door and one that watches the outside of my window. There might be one outside my dad's possibly, and then there's probably a couple with inside the house to. My dad used that to monitor me at all times.
Yep, that's all. I'll add to that. It's
So it was
it's
meant
bizarre
for you.
on a world scale. Green Gate and Alluvia are the only two cities protected by security systems at all. Everywhere else is just typical lock and key. Green Gate and Alluvia have a full-on like CCTV
Yeah.
system that runs.
Okay.
It
Interesting.
has a enforced by law curfew of 6 p.m.
Who's watching the cameras?
And
We'll find out.
Your bird got a nice little tracker when he came up here. How
Yeah.
strange.
They're just monitoring
Does that
everything.
sound familiar?
See, all of this just
Because this is the
seems-
first time D would be hearing of
All-
a tracker in Monty.
Yeah, so D, give me a history check.
History.
Can I also do a history check for who in Green Gate is the ribbon giver so that I can
Yeah.
talk to them?
Yep, both of you.
Ribbon.
Go ahead and
Oh, for your buddies.
That would be an 11 for D.
an 11 for D. Okay, and then we'll see how
Terrible.
Milo does.
Come on.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Attaboy.
D trackers, maybe.
I mean, it's possible given
They-
that it's some
Could
that there's
be.
technology based there.
The first thing that D will know is that on top of the general store, who's run by a dude named Hoban, there is a Pidgey coop. So probably he would have something to do with it. Milo, as soon as you hear that name, you're like, oh yeah, okay.
That's the ribbon
Hoban.
guy.
Yeah, Hoban is the one that would be in charge of. He basically sends and receives all the mail. He is the central hub of communication for Green Gate. He's the general store and the post office. He sends and receives packages, keeps it for everybody,
Nice
makes sure
man.
everything stays good.
Oh yeah, there's also like this weird dude that kind of like lives out in the woods too.
There's somebody that lives in the woods?
Yeah, he's nuts.
See?
I almost
See?
forgot about him.
Making no sense now.
He's super weird. He kind of stays off like the beaten path. Kind of comes into town, gathers some supplies. People usually kind of just stay away from him. Some people think that he's like the cause of everything, or he's the one that kind of coming in, tapping on windows and stuff like that.
Perfect. Bruno.
What's his name?
He's the dude who salts the sidewalks in Home Alone.
I'm pulling it up for you because I think I may have told you that is Hoban, and that is incorrect. But I'm pretty sure that's actually what I sent to you, but that's wrong.
Hoban?
Yeah.
Hoban's the guy.
I sent you the wrong name. Hold tight, please.
You're fine. Just so you know, I don't have any of this pulled up. I'm doing it all off memory.
No, you're doing great,
like,
dude. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Start all over.
So Hoban General Store Postmaster, because I could have swore you said Hoban.
I told you Hoban is that guy. That is incorrect. There is a man that lives on the outskirts of town, but his name is not known.
Yeah.
I mixed up my bits of lore sending to you.
You're fine.
So, yes, there is a guy whose name eludes you at the moment on the 11, but there is a dude that does genuinely, like, walk around the town.
He acts as security.
And it's basically a thing that the parents will say, like, hey, if you stay out too late, this guy will get you.
Okay.
Here's our scary story.
That kind of evolves from parents wanting kids to stay away from strangers.
None of this
is using that as a healthy scare tactic.
So this is a man that your parents warn you about, but he lives in the forest.
Lives in the woods. He kind of patrols throughout like the walls, kind of acting as like a security guard type thing is how I see it.
But no one talks to him?
No, he's super weird.
So that person is just outside at night when you're not supposed to be outside. Is it the trees only take children, so that's why he's safe?
No.
I don't know.
He said the adults have gone missing.
Yeah.
So if this one guy is walking around outside at night and you're not supposed to do that, how is he totally fine all the time?
What's his name? I want to know who he is.
I don't know. I don't know
I'll
his name.
say, because you made the history check for the mail system, I'll say you can do another one.
Okay.
Because that'll help kind of clear everything up.
Do it.
13.
Okay. I'll just throw it out for you because it's a little bit easy. His name is Farron.
Farron.
Old Man Farron will get you
Yeah.
if you stay out is something that the kids are often told.
Yeah.
Is like, best stay out after dark or Old Man Farron will get you.
From what I know, he doesn't have or use Pokemon from what I've seen. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have them, period.
How old is Old Man Farron?
I don't know. He's really ruggedy and raggedy looking, so he's kind of...
Imagine if Ansem was...
a woodsman.
Yeah. I would say, like, healthy enough to be out and about all the time.
Not like 98, but he's in his, like,
where I was going was, like,
prime.
is he suspiciously old? Like,
No.
he's been doing this job for
He's
triple-digit
147 years
I mean,
old.
I've seen him age as I've lived there.
years. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will say, he's not mean or necessarily even creepy. People just don't trust him.
Yeah, he's just...
Because he's out at night.
He's an
Because
outcast.
he's
He's
out at
misunderstood.
night. He walks around. He's often seen doing weird things
But no one...
that are unsettling.
No one's
but-
tried to talk to him?
Do you know where
Somebody
he-
must have, because
No,
they know he's weird.
people will talk to him.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't talk back.
The
he just leaves him
parents,
alone.
yeah, parents have
Oh,
no
okay.
problem telling their kids, "Hey, stay away from that guy. We don't know what he does."
Do you know where he lives?
Do you know if he speaks then?
He
I'm
does
assuming
speak.
he does speak, yeah.
He does speak.
But no one...
Nobody willingly goes up. Everyone
He is-
kind of gives you that that barrier,
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
like
gonna-
he's the weird guy in the
I'm
town,
gonna
so
willingly
you
go
kind
up
of
to him.
stay away from him.
He's sort
I was
of
also
your
the weird
first point
kid.
of contact. He's like the guy that would like welcome you to a town, but he's also the first one to tell you, "Hey, there's a curfew here. You should make sure that you're inside."
Bentley
He has no
will,
association with law or
does
anything. He just says.
Bentley will pull CJ aside.
What the heck?
Like, you following
We'll get
any
into
of
it,
this?
but
No, it
It'll
doesn't
make
make any
sense later.
sense to me.
Yeah,
It sounds
I
like
don't-
somebody's trying to control all these people.
Yeah, I had the same thought. Like that you can't go outside at night because the trees.
My parents used to say the same shit, dude.
They're gonna kidnap people, but then there's one
100%.
guy just walking around and he's like security and he'll take you too, but like the trees don't take him. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we were on the same page there.
This is kind of why I'm like, I want to stay outside, but everybody's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You say that all the time.
I mean, I don't know about staying outside, but like,
Nothing proved
definitely
us
want
right.
to check out that
You're not wrong. And I'm
monitoring
gonna
security
keep saying
system.
it.
Yeah, I think that I might try and meet this Farron guy. We're gonna become friends.
Fair enough.
So all I can say is that
Fair enough.
when
That's his name.
we're there, I don't go outside at night. I don't plan to. You're your own beings. If you want to get taken off into the wilderness and never be seen again, have fun.
Hey man,
Well-
I
Nice
just
knowing
found out
you.
that the
Well-
real Oni is coming to get me. I'm not really scared about
Okay.
any of your shit.
While
Fair
this
enough.
situation is interesting, and normally I would want to maybe look into it, I feel like we don't have time.
Well, when you're there, we don't have a choice. Like, it just happens.
No, I'm just saying, like, to try
Not
to
trying
do.
to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think there is thing to solve.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it's interesting, but just with everything going on,
Let me put this into perspective for you. When we went to Etiola, the rune stuff,
yeah,
could care less for it, don't believe in it.
yeah.
This is something that I am even terrified of. And you think it's supernatural and all that kind of stuff?
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I think what Phoebe's saying is like, what's our mission when we get there and it's not nighttime to further what we're trying to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know me, I'm a pretty logical thinker.
Yeah.
This stuff even terrifies me.
That's fine. I'm happy going in the manor and sleeping in my room. It really makes no difference to me. So.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, I just want to kind of give you guys the rundown of that as we get closer. So yeah, any other questions, comments, concerns about Green Gate? Or
Sounds like a scary place.
Or did you have another thing you were going to say after, like, hey, this is sketchy, but not the priority or something? Or were you done?
No, I was just saying that, like, with all the stuff going on, Green Gate was kind of like a passing.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm not saying, hey, let's stop and Scooby-Doo the hell out of the town.
No.
But I just want you guys to be aware that if you guys go out, and I want you guys to be aware of everything.
Of what's happening?
Correct. That way you're not like, why didn't you tell us about it? And be like, haha, give you the middle finger.
I mean, you probably shouldn't have told CJ.
No, because then he would have just done it. At least now he's aware of the situation. So if he does get kidnapped, it's just his ignorance at that point.
Right.
Sorry, buddy.
D just wanted to wash his hands of any
I don't want his
situation
blood
where
on my
I
hands.
do get taken and it's his fault.
Correct.
Like now it's not his fault at all.
Exactly right.
But I'm still gonna
I'm
get
just going to
taken.
call
You're
Liam
not wrong.
Neeson.
Yeah, call Liam before tonight.
I'm confused as to like what we're doing here.
We were just passing through Green Gate.
Because we gotta go beyond Green Gate to
Yeah,
where Blue and the
to
Prime
go
Mine
where
are.
Blue and the Prime
So
Mine
then
are.
when we're north of Green Gate, these rules don't apply. Just when we're in Green Gate,
Yeah.
right?
when you're,
Yes.
if
Yes.
anything,
Right.
when you're
He's
north
saying-
of Green Gate, the
he's
rules
saying
would
at
apply
night.
extra. Yeah.
No, I know.
But the thing
I
to be
understand.
aware of is the curfew for Green Gate is 6 p.m. Your door opens at 7.
Right.
So minimally, you will have an hour of nonsense to do whatever you want with.
Also, you said last time that we were roughly 18 hours away from Green
It's
Gate.
about
so
18 hours at your current rate of
What
travel.
I just heard was Drew
So-
said we're gonna have an hour of time where we're outside past curfew before we can get into the manor.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying
In
is like if you
theory.
guys are walking around the town from 6 to 7, people will actively tell you to go inside.
But
From what you're
if
hearing.
we were smart and had a plan, we would go in the morning and be done by then.
Yes.
Go in the morning to Green Gate.
No, like leave Green Gate in the morning to go in the woods.
Right.
So then we're done before the curfew anyway.
Right. Basically, what I'm saying is it sounds like the woods aren't the problem. This is my opinion. Like, this all sounds like people are trying to control people, in my opinion. I don't
Maybe.
think trees are eating people.
Maybe.
Because clearly one guy can just be outside. Nobody knows why. He's just the weird guy. And north of Green Gate will probably be fine.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really make any sense to me.
North of Green Gate
Which is
not
fine.
Which is
This
not
is not.
fine.
I'm not trying to figure this out right now. It just is.
But
This is where we're at.
Yeah, I think to Phoebe's point, it's like this isn't
It's
priority,
interesting.
so it's
Yeah.
like,
It's not.
what's
I'm-
the point in
Right.
not following the rules because we're only going to be here for like a day
For a
or
second.
two, and then
Yeah.
we're
We could
gonna-
come back.
You know, it's not my personality.
but I'm
It's all-
just-
why risk being eaten by a tree for the fun of it?
Because it's more fun than sitting in a house doing nothing for a whole night.
Well, you can go in the manor and do anything you can fight eating trees in the manor.
That sounds pretty sweet. But I always know in the back of my head that it's fake and I'm safe. Like, I get off
You don't
on
get
the
that
fear
rush?
factor.
Manor, turn off the safety
I want to
protocol.
get off.
you
It's
wanna
all-
get
it's all
off
about
with
getting off.
We can get off together.
But
No.
yeah, the woods north of Green Gate are not safe either. If anything, it's probably worse. This is like baby step to get there.
The thing that I'm hung up on that doesn't matter, as Phoebe has said, doesn't matter. And we're probably just going to be passing through, but none of it really adds up. It's like what CJ was saying. It
Does
seems
anything
like
you do add up?
What?
Does anything we do add up?
No.
I mean, there's the whole shipping
check
and the
out.
mayor in Alluvia, and that didn't check out. But
Yeah, but we agree that's
Well, they're just
sketchy.
like
And then
shady
we
people doing shady
move
things.
on.
This is like everybody's locking themselves in the house at night, except for
Listen.
the one guy who's able to just walk around at night because he
weird.
does
It's just
that.
weird.
Okay.
But like you're not allowed to because you're gonna get kidnapped
For
by
sure.
trees.
But I mean, something's going on.
Or
There's
he's
a
just a stupid
reason.
one that just doesn't care.
There's a reason this whole town that lives here abides by these rules. I'm not saying it's like things haven't gotten like twisted over time, over as like what's really
The
happening.
gym leader.
Can
But-
I
I,
have a tattoo?
After coming across
Okay,
the
I thought so.
runes, some weird stuff goes on. So I don't know what's going on with these trees.
I would just like to point out, even the gym leader there follows the rules, and he has one of these arrow
He
tattoos.
is the one that pretty much set them.
Oh, he set the rules?
Yeah. Now it's worth noting their guidelines. The curfew is enforced by law.
How do you enforce it?
You'll be fined,
Okay.
and then if you have
What if
multiple
I say
offenses,
I have money? No.
then they put you in prison until the morning.
Oh, jeez.
It's
It is
fair in the
literally
police
it
force.
is mandatory curfew in Greengate.
Right.
That's part of where Dee's strict schedule comes from.
Right.
Is one, it's the law, and two, his dad was strict. So it was like,
Okay.
if he's like, even if you don't come home, someone will find you and bring you back to me.
Right.
can somebody just tell me what the goal is in being here?
So that
Why-
you guys can
why are
come
we
back,
here?
as far as I'm aware.
Why
That's
are
the
we
only
the
place you
last
haven't
place on the
been.
map, so we can't
Yeah,
just
yeah.
come here via the manor. So now we
Yeah.
can go.
Now
here
we can
via-
go back anytime.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's
Easily.
what my understanding was. You guys
Yeah.
wanted to get to Greengate so you could come back at any time.
Yes.
Because it's the only
But
place on the map that
ultimately,
you can't
we're
go
trying to go
quickly.
north.
Are we?
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
trying to. Yeah, that's where Blue and the Prime Mine are supposedly
So like
at.
that's what our mission is right now. We're gonna try
Yes.
to go like figure out what happened to them.
Yes.
We're trying to get them out, presumably.
Maybe.
Do you have another plan?
No, I
We'll see when we
I'm
get
gonna be
there.
honest. I wasn't fully paying attention the last time we had this conversation.
That's right.
Everybody was just like, "Let's go to Greengate." Now I'm hearing all this sketchy shit about
Well,
Greengate. I'm like,
effectively,
"Why did we
yeah.
come here?"
CJ, we were going to Greengate because we were trying to get more information about Blue and the Prime Mine and figuring all of that stuff out. And now we're learning that there's trees that kidnap children at night, except for the weird guy who just walks around at night, and that's fine.
Let me clarify. I feel like I'm confused because I thought where we landed on the whole Prime Mine versus Blue situation was maybe it's not a good idea to let them out.
No, yeah, but we still should go up there. That doesn't mean we're gonna let them out.
True.
Okay.
Now with everything,
But I think we
kind
should
of
still go up there,
slowly connecting.
figure out what's
trying to
happening.
work for.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Like, see it with our own eyes.
Okay.
Not that I'd
Vibe
be
it
aware
out.
of,
Sure.
if he
Doesn't
does.
seem like it. He
Okay.
doesn't have a tattoo or anything.
Sounds good.
And then I'm sure we'll come across something heading up there.
Yeah, and there's a gym here, so I can.
Yeah, I just
do the
don't
gym.
see the point trying to cause trouble or potentially be
Yeah,
kidnapped.
that was just my
for when
point,
we're gonna
yeah.
be here for like a day or two.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Bentley's gonna do another perception check to see if the leopard is behind us.
Yep. Still 30 feet back from whoever's back in the line,
Okay.
up in the highest possible point of the tree.
Okay.
Where's
Good
my
to know.
There it is.
But yeah, just want you guys to be aware the closer and closer we get.
Yeah. But to bring a little more attention to the question, because I'm sure somebody will be curious, Devin had asked if it's possible that Farron works for the gym leader. The answer is no. Farron does not have a arrow tattoo. He is just kind of a dude that's a little bit weird.
My assumption was that like maybe
So-
he's the one that's out because the gym leader says it's okay for him to be patrolling.
Well,
so.
that's
Because I'll throw out as well, and it'll become a little bit more obvious. There is a security detail in Greengate that does not abide by the curfew. They enforce it. So there are people out at dark, but you need a good reason to do it. It's the adult equivalent of like, do you have a hall pass? Why are you breaking curfew? You better have a good reason for it.
Well, okay.
If you're like, well, we're just out exploring, they're gonna be like, get in your house right now.
If there's people out there,
Yeah.
how are people going missing?
That's the problem.
Nobody knows, and that's what makes it worse.
but like with
Post show.
Yeah. Well, also hypothetical situation versus when you guys actually get there. This is Dee's recollection. The
How
rumors you
far
guys
away
have heard.
are we?
You were when you
18
left the
hours?
manor today. You were 18 hours away. You guys can walk for 12 hours, and then you're in the manor for 12. So you'll have to walk 6 hours tomorrow minimally, unless you guys have a way to avoid the difficult terrain, i.e.,
So we're
Flying
gonna be there
creatures,
overnight,
something
at
like that.
least one night. Just so, because if we get there
Not necessarily.
and sleep, well, it's only 6 hours at that point to Greengate. So what if we get out at like 8? That puts us in like evening time, so we would be there at night.
Makes sense.
Yeah, basically what I'm getting at is you guys, no matter how far you walk today, you'll have approximately 6 hours to walk tomorrow. You're going to land in Green Gate somewhere in the middle of the afternoon. So you'll have time to walk around, check it out, do what you want to do, and then you'll have, no matter what, an hour of overlap where you're not supposed to be outside in Green Gate versus when you could go into the manor anyway.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Green Gate sounds really sick.
I mean, it's really not.
I'm surprised
But,
that
like,
people live there at all.
In theory, that 6 to 7 window, we could
cool.
just be in
Yep.
the Blackwater abode.
Precisely.
It's
Yeah.
Yep, just to throw that out there, because I know sometimes we play with time a little bit. The curfew, D can tell you, will start at 6. Your manor every day opens at 7 and 7.
Which, again, I want to look at that CCTV footage. Just saying.
I don't. I think would be in my dad's room that I don't have access to.
Booyah.
So would be as a player, because I don't think I've ever seen it as a character. Probably.
It would be impossible to open a door.
When it's under lock and key and a keypad and all these other extra security measures,
Like
yeah.
booby trap.
D has tried and has gotten in trouble for it. Mm-hmm.
Exactly like that. That's exactly how it went down. Sound for
Almost
sound.
verbatim.
D's a gremlin. He's a mogwai.
I mean-
not after midnight.
Yeah.
Little gizmo.
Okay.
So yeah, should be fun. Super excited to show you guys my childhood home. Not really, but I kind of wanted to lighten the mood up a little bit more. You guys seem a little down and out about it.
I'm good.
It's the music.
Okay.
It's
Oh, is
just everything about the town sounds super weird.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense to me.
100%.
I'll
sure.
suspend disbelief for now, but like it is not making sense in my brain. But it's fine.
But a town full of magic completely makes sense.
A what now?
Like
we talking
runes
about?
and stuff. Like that
I feel
completely
like-
makes sense.
We haven't been there.
I mean,
I know.
I'd like to go there.
I believe that the runes
pretty cool.
have powers,
Cold.
and it seems like they actually do if they defended against the moon-touched invasion. This is completely different. This is everybody lock yourselves in your homes, but then some people don't have to. And then
Well,
this
one
one
guy
guy is able to be out and around, but there's like rules
He's
that you're going to get
protected by a
arrested for
rune.
breaking curfew, but like he doesn't get arrested for reasons unknown. It's
Maybe he
just
has schizophrenia.
yeah,
Could
but like
be. Or he's
why
protected
is
by a
he
rune. Mind freak.
again?
Tinfoil hat.
I don't care enough. It's just it doesn't make sense, and I want that on the record because it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. But
Nothing we do does. We talk to dead
weird.
things.
This has nothing to do with us. It's a whole
capture-
town doing weird stuff with weird rules that they do and don't enforce. That has weird trees coming to life and kidnapping kids, maybe. But like, maybe they think that you were kidnapped. You just ran away from home because you didn't.
Fair enough.
Never mind.
I never said it was like verbatim.
That'd be sick if we get there and everybody's like, "Oh my god, he's the first person who's ever come back. Where did you go?" People.
Wouldn't that be
Like, oh, I
nuts?
just left.
I just walked away.
I just walked out.
I mean,
Holy
it could
shit.
be. It could be, for
Yeah,
all
yeah.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll.
I was just able to make it out of my dad's house. I was just like, you know what? Let's go mute. And he was like, cool. And we
Let's
left.
Let's go.
It was a pain in the butt to get past security, though. I will tell you that.
Why you left at night?
At
Close to.
night.
Oh.
How
'Cause I
often
knew
can
there'd be
you
the
use
least
your
amount of people.
shield? Can you just do that like whenever you want? Can you just go like shield?
As far as I know.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to see it. I'm gonna throw a rock at you.
It it bursts.
It exploded the rock?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Pretty cool.
Now
Do you
CJ's
think
just gonna
that
throw
I would
rocks.
explode if I ran into your shield?
If
Probably
you want to
not.
try it, be my guest.
Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna run and like jump at his shield.
CJ, make a Constitution save throw. I'm just kidding. You run into
do it either
Milo,
way.
and the shield. You don't even really make contact with it. There's kind of a buffer, and then you're kind of just like, just kind of pushed off.
Whoa, that's pretty sweet. That's a cool shield.
Thank you.
On the subject of throwing rocks, Slurpin' Derby.
Sure.
He who has sinned cast the first stone.
Derpin' Slurpee.
Who hasn't?
Derby and Slurpee. Da-da-da-da-da.
Slurpin' Derby.
Slurpin'
Roll a
derp.
d6. Hurry.
Slurpder.
Compete against one
3.
another.
3.
Oh my god,
First
they're
round's a tie.
tied.
Round 2, go.
1.
6.
Such
All right,
devastation.
best of 3. Come on, one more.
2.
4!
All right, slurp 1. Oh man, but no, to completely shift gears, Des.
That's fun. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Desmond!
What up, yo?
You were tasked to enter the ghost world, find the grave tender, talk to him, bring him to CJ.
Also, be safe, and if you feel like in danger at any time,
Leave.
like leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're wandering through
Secondary.
this ghost realm, which you're quite familiar with, you spend a lot of time in here. You're moving ethereally. Your mind is kind of wandering a bit as you look around. You see all sorts of shades and other fellow ghosts. Des, I need you to roll me a D100.
Oh boy. All right.
I need a 75 to 100.
Would 6 suffice?
No.
Oh, well.
As you are looking
Okay, cool.
for quite possibly the father of all ghosts,
Pablo.
the ghost world is sufficiently creepy to anybody who's not a ghost. There are very dark city streets, dark alleyways, dark corners, dark caves, dark stretches of forest, deserts. But it's all dark. Very little light. There are on occasion where it would make sense for there to be, for the humans that reside in this realm now. There are light posts, street lights,
Okay.
that kind of fill this inky space with a toxically bright light. And all of the other ghosts avoid it. But as you're flying by, you see an individual clad in a suit with a sort of brimmed cap. To put it in CJ's mind, probably a 40s or 50s gentleman.
Okay.
Finely dressed, 3-piece suit, standing, hands in the pockets, under one of these streetlights. So it's casting immensely harsh shadows. He's clad all in black. He's looking down, but his eyes meet yours as you fly by. About 200 feet from you. So the features are not really there. But it's weird. It's weird to see one of these shades under a light. There is no natural equivalent of light in this realm. There's no sun, there's no moon. There's none of that. There's only these slight glimpses of what someone would want if they were to reside here and not be able to see in the dark. He's standing between what appears to be 2 apartment buildings. And he's just staring straight ahead. Hands in the pockets, not moving.
I mean, if he was staring straight at Dez, I imagine Dez would have some sort of awkward hello exchange with him. Not necessarily like stop and I'm gonna talk to this guy, but like I'm gonna continue to try to go by. But if he's staring right at me, awkwardly say something so that you know,
Break the tension.
Yeah.
A typical Dez move.
Yeah.
Okay. The individual takes one hand out of the pocket and waves 4 fingers at you. One seems to be missing. Puts the hands back in the pocket, and you keep ghosting on by. You pass through what looks to be a large empty pasture deposited here. Currently devoid of residents, save for one. A sort of rancher-looking fellow. Very large straw hat. Very casual demeanor. Seems to just be going about his day. Tilling a field with no seeds in it. Caring for an animal that's not there. He's got a massive hole through his chest.
Stop.
Just tilling. But as you fly past this ranch, you see the object of your search. You know where you're going. You know where to find the grave tender. The problem is getting there. Because every time something distracts you in this realm, you are moved to the start of it. You are never meant to reach the grave tender. where he resides atop his throne, overlooking his entire realm. Now, he's not alone in this duty. There are many. There are maybe a half dozen or so of these large spire-like towers that you can see. And there's plenty of silhouettes of creatures of all shapes and sizes attempting to reach the top. None of them ever succeed. The ones that get really, really close are dissolved, and their fate is unknown to you. Because if you're already dead, what else is there to happen to you?
What is dead may never die.
But as you fly by that ranch, you see a number of other buildings, various structures that seem to be displaced from space and time, and yet again, that same city block, that same individual, this time one street light closer to you. Not menacing, but he's only about 150 feet out from you this time. Same pose, still just staring ahead.
Des would say hello again. And if he waves again, he'll ask him what happened to his hand.
Same deal.
What happened to your finger?
Gotta do the voice.
I don't even remember.
Oi!
Oi! What happened to your finger?
What happened to
Just
your
scream
finger, mate?
everything. What happened to your finger?
He's Rushkash, the unclean. Yeah, as you wave out and say what happened to your finger, he just disappears.
Oh, cool. Cool.
You offended him.
Nice talking to you, man.
And as you
Hopefully next time you're just like right in front of me.
as you turn to leave, that alleyway now lies before you, and he's another light closer. Des, give me a history check.
Come on, Des.
The historian Des. No. Let's see if Des has a good history. Probably not, it would be my guess.
Oh, 10.
Okay. Nothing about this guy sparks any recognition. But he's a light closer. He's only about 50 feet away from you now.
Cool.
There's not another light between you and him.
Has he said anything the entire time, or just a weird wave thing?
Just the weird wave.
Cool. Des is gonna fly up to him, say hello again, and then fly around him and like try to go into the alleyway.
Okay. Des, give me a dexterity saving throw.
9.
9. Des, as you fly up to this individual, standing in this pool of toxically bright light, sort of sneak past you, fly past him in the alleyway. Feel two hands on the back of your, for lack of a better word, torso, and a searing, radiant pain shoots through you. What are your final thoughts?
Oh, that's not nice.
As you hear from behind you, give my regards to the boy when you see him.
What?
What are your final thoughts, Des?
I don't know. What would Des think?
Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Should not have told you that. I shouldn't have come here. Oh.
Why would he say that?
Probably confusion.
Okay. Why would he say
Like, yeah. Like, does like Des know that it's like his last words?
that? No.
He's just he's probably like, why would he say that?
Okay.
And then like obviously, yeah. But that's probably it.
Okay. Des, in the final moments before you are dispersed from this immortal coil, CJ, you hear in your head, why would he say that? Bringing us back to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle. We got no fun at all.
There we go.
So yeah, Green Gate like totally sucks.
It really sounds like a D.
Yeah, it's not a fun place to be. I'm not saying it's a destination vacation.
Makes sense why you left.
Why do you think I didn't want to go back until you're like, oh, Blue and Primemind are over there having a freaking party, and I'm like, great, let's go back home.
Did you ever
Technically,
hear
we're
about
just gonna
that?
pass through.
What?
Like them being up north of that?
Yeah.
That's where their final fight were, to where they are locked into a battle for all eternity. I know is somewhere north
Near.
of it.
Okay.
I mean, that's why there's a statue literally in the center of the town.
Has anyone gone there from Green Gate? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And I mean, most parents tell their kids don't go into the woods.
Yeah.
You'll get lost, because it's a very easy place to get lost.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Who founded Green Gate?
That would be I don't know.
Sir William Greengate the Fourth.
William?
Yeah.
I mean, Dee would know, being a nerdy kid, but Devin does not.
Yeah, it was basically founded out of necessity. It was a fort that was established, and then people just sort of stayed.
So was it like the gym leader? Was it?
Not the current one. It would have been
Oh.
the prior,
Okay.
but yeah.
And it was like a wartime place, right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was a fort that was built out of necessity to keep people away from every incursion from the north.
Okay.
We're talking War of the Architects times.
Okay.
This is ancient history.
Yeah.
But
And now it's just
yes.
a town.
It was basically the last bastion of the people that lived in the woods to make sure nobody went south to
Farther.
the Laris region as you guys know it,
Okay.
when it was not the region that you guys knew.
Gotcha. All right.
Are our surroundings still relatively normal?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 11.
11. CJ, I've been burying the lead a bit. As you are walking and you hear, why would you say that? Emerging in front of you is this sort of astral rift. As Dez is thrust through it and back into your arms. Oh!
Dude,
Hey, boss.
what's going on?
Oh, I don't know. I got turned around.
Why'd you just say that?
Well, I was flying around, right? And there's this guy, and he's under this streetlight, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And he's missing a finger, and I'm like, okay, weird. So I keep going, and I see this guy, and then I see this same guy, and he's under a streetlight, and he's like, hey, what's up? So I go, hey, what happened to your hand? And he turned into dust, and then I flew again, and then he was in front of me, and then he put his hands on my back, and I'm back here. And he said, give my regards to the boy when you see him.
You know him.
And obviously then sent you here.
Yeah, I was pretty far away.
What did the guy look like?
I just like a dude. He looked like if you were much taller and, like cleaned up and had like a hat.
Like it actually looked like me, or just like a normal
No,
guy?
it's like
just
a
like
person.
guy.
Yeah, it could be Milo
Okay.
if he was taller.
I see. I
yeah,
see. Okay. That's weird. What? He just was missing a finger?
yeah. I don't know.
All right,
He said, "Give my regards to the boy," which I would assume, as obviously it's got to be D. Clearly, you know me, very smart.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be D.
D's had a lot of ghost happenings for
Yeah.
sure. Not us. We've never experienced
No.
anything like that.
No, I'm a cool ghost. Okay, I don't do spooky ghost things.
No. Certainly not.
But anyway, yeah, no luck reaching the grave tender. It's real hard to stay focused, There's a lot of stuff in there.
you just
I got a bit
you just get
distracted.
distracted.
I got a bit distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple times.
Well,
Yeah.
you tried.
Yeah, I think I may have spent too long in there. Maybe they got frustrated with me. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, somebody sent you back here, so
Yeah. Anyway,
wonder who that was.
I have no idea.
We'll probably figure it out at some point. I
I'm sure.
imagine.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know, man.
So, like that thing that happened before you came out, though.
Yeah.
Is that how you go in?
No.
Okay.
No, that was new.
Yeah, that
That was
weird.
new, yeah.
I've never seen
No, that one hurt, actually, to come back. That was
I
not
know.
fun.
Did it? Okay.
I could just, like, warp in,
Right.
But that was ow.
That's not how I did it either.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
No, that was painful, and also I've never emerged so far from where I was.
Right.
Maybe that's why it hurt so much.
Yeah. Smart one.
She is smart.
Yep. Just figured it out.
Cool. Okay.
Zero.
Well,
I'm chopped liver.
No, you're a ghost. I don't believe in you.
Miss you too.
so it sounds like there's some sort of ghostly four-fingered man that's wishing me well.
Best of luck.
I imagine. It sounds like
Doesn't surprise me.
so.
We'll
that's
need
cool.
all the.
Do you know
we can
any?
get.
Do you know any four-fingered people?
Not that I can think.
Other than well, I haven't got that many.
Can I roll a
How many
history
fingers does a
check?
hunter have?
man.
Because I looked at him
3 on each
from
hand.
my goggles as a well-dressed gentleman in the manor to see if that sounds like the person that I interacted with.
Ooh, give me a history check at disadvantage because Dez is terrible at describing.
things.
Yeah.
He's like, he was a dude like you.
It was a
Yeah,
human.
yeah.
Sucks at
He
it.
looked like a human.
A well-dressed
four
person.
fingers.
Could be anybody.
17.
Oh shit!
Could be anybody. However, the description of attire is a little suspicious.
Of a what?
A
tire.
Oh, I thought you said a tire. Like
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
Not a car.
He did.
That he
like
did.
a rubber
Yeah.
tire.
He did say
The description of attire
Correct.
is
White walls.
Yes.
The murdering tire.
Guido.
The movie.
Yeah. Following.
Oh, Robert.
Tire? What's that word?
Are you talking about Robert?
Rubber.
Rubber.
Yeah, with
Following
Robert.
Robert.
Robert the tire. That's the best worst movie ever. And there's a tire taking a shower.
I couldn't get through it.
It's ridiculous. It's awful. Anyways, moving on.
What about the attire? Strange.
It's oddly reminiscent of
What he wore.
Gryffindor. In terms of how Dez is describing.
Sure.
Okay.
So minimally it would be someone from a different time period, but same level of aesthetic.
Cool.
Gravetender stole his look.
Nice.
Unoriginal.
Typical.
Could be. He thinks all the ghosts think he's at the top of those spires, but he's just hanging out by that
Just
lamppost.
He wanted to talk to me, but not to talk to me.
No, he
I feel
said,
like
"Give my regards."
If he could, he would.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well,
he could probably do whatever he
wouldn't,
wants.
wouldn't be the first time we try to or almost get assassinated by a ghost, but you know
Yeah.
that's not weird.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
if he really wanted to do something, I don't think that's.
Yeah, he was a
an
real
issue.
spooky dude. So maybe just like stay out of streetlights, yeah?
Sure.
Oddly specific.
We can
No
do that.
streetlights in
We can-
Greengate
we
that
can
I am
abs-
aware of. So I
Oh,
think-
perfect, yeah.
We can do that.
That seems like a great place to haunt. Maybe I should scare people.
what in Greengate?
Yeah.
Actually, that would be pretty funny. We could probably. We're gonna figure something out. We're gonna do some stuff.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna do some stuff.
Little did I know Dez was actually my childhood nightmare.
We can tap on windows. I can knock. What if I knock like a glass off the table?
I think that
and then
would
while
be-
they're freaking out, like push all the cupboards open.
You know what? This is good. We're coming up with ideas here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
I like it.
It's not allowed at my estate. Sorry.
great.
Sorry.
Don't worry, it's not happening this session. He won't remember.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I've already forgot what we were talking about.
He won't remember. Steel trap up here.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll
still
remember.
try, yeah.
I'll remember.
Yeah.
As
What happened last week, Jordan?
But to answer your prior unofficial official question, when Dez returns, do you scan him with the goggles?
Yeah.
McGoogles
Yeah,
is
you
me
doing
name.
it to everybody all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Dez now has 2 burned handprints, bright white and gold,
Interesting.
in his back.
Bizarre. Okay.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Radiant damage.
Perhaps.
Diamond damage.
Perhaps.
Roll for Rihanna.
Lord Ridgemont damage.
No.
That was a
That was
good
a
Grover
good- that was a
impression.
really
Yeah,
good Grover
it's like a
impression.
dog stretching.
Anyways,
Like Grover every day.
Onward now. Good to have you back, Dez.
Good to be back, I guess. I was
Kinda.
only gone for like a day, but
It felt longer.
Were you? It felt a lot long, like a month or so.
Yeah.
help. I'm missing time.
Just screwing with you. Let's go.
Oh, now I'm definitely knocking all your cupboards open. I'm
Good
gonna
luck.
break your favorite Star Wars glass.
No, not my limited edition Han Solo Millennium Falcon on the side.
Pepsi bottle, Coca-Cola glass.
I actually do have fancy Coca-Cola glasses at my house.
Well, now they're shattered.
What? When you saw that thing, it only like touched you, or did it like push you?
Yeah, like tap me on the back, and then I was here.
Interesting.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, I don't usually go into the light, but like I've never seen someone just standing in the light, so I wanted to talk to him.
You're just
Yeah.
being nice.
He was looking at me.
Yeah.
It's fair. No one's harshing on your mellow.
All right, cool. My mellow is sufficiently unharshed.
Perfect.
My mellow is marshed.
You have marshmallows?
Do you have marshmallows? We should get marshmallows.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You got marshmallows in Greengate?
Probably.
Green Gate?
Yeah, we just gotta go to the general
There's
store.
no
that's there.
kids. They don't keep any sort of
There
sweets
is
there.
kids there, Milo.
D's over it.
Well,
like,
there
God
will
damn
be
it.
kids there soon enough. Because
Now, normally I would
Hey.
think
We're
that we
kids.
wouldn't be able to leave, but we have a magic mansion, so I'm not
we can do whatever we want.
concerned.
I left. What? It's fine. It's literally just another town.
Milo does not believe you.
Apparently not. Have I ever led you astray so far?
No.
Okay. Do you trust me?
Yeah.
Okay then. Just
I
you'll
don't
be okay.
think anything's gonna happen.
Okay.
I'm lying.
Probably just sees right through it like, yeah, okay.
Deception check.
I don't believe you.
It'll be fine, I promise. I mean, Mute's from there. Mute was out in the woods. He survived kind of, I mean, he's just missing his tongue, but other than that,
From
he's
being
fine.
in the woods, like that happened in the woods.
So my house is like here. Here's like the wooded line. I got a little rough and rowdy one time, and I kind of was like boop, and because I heard noises and stuff going on. Mute was protecting what looked to be like a huge batch of eggs, and there was this like tall, lanky, like very furry creature. It's like white and orange, super like menacing, almost looked like a bipedal mongoose.
Okay.
Yeah, super like crazy claws, and Mute went to go like lash out, and then the thing like literally just reached in his mouth and went.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was the tree stuff, but nope.
No, it was a mongoose, and then I was nurtured him back to health, and then we became buddies for a
Fair
long while.
enough.
And my dad hated him and was like,
Yowza.
"Get him out of here!" And he went and stayed nearby, and I kept
You don't
tabs
like him
on him.
because he's from the forest, or
No,
just didn't
my
like-
dad gave me the impression that he just didn't like Pokemon.
oh
Period.
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I mean, now look what he's doing. He
Found out
literally
that
has
was
a
a lie.
small army of him on a
Right.
ship. So
Yeah.
I think it was just more so
Cool.
he just wanted to protect me, but he just made that as an excuse because he doesn't like showing his feelings. He's that kind of guy.
Fair enough.
Macho man, you know.
Macho man.
I don't understand why those guys are called macho men.
Where? Ooh.
Guys
Randy
who don't
Savage.
like to talk about their feelings.
I don't know.
It's an acronym.
Because it's macho business.
What's the acronym?
You walked right into that. So.
Mustn't act crassly.
Okay.
However,
Hinder. All orifices.
Orifices.
Hinder all.
Wow.
I read that in a book somewhere.
And that's why
That makes sense.
it's macho. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yep.
Checks out.
read a book.
Yeah. God damn it,
I
CJ.
just learned like a month ago or a couple months ago that that's what books were for. Like I didn't realize. So
They do have
I
information.
probably should read books. I just don't know where to start. There seems like there's too many of them.
There are a lot.
I'm
There-
not gonna.
yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to read
Start
all
with the
of them.
first one in
No,
the series,
no, we
and then
can't.
But I
just
just feel like
go.
I'm not gonna be able to read all of them. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It
to
is
read
let
one
other people
long
do it.
story.
I'll just let other people do it.
There you go.
Do you like being read to though?
Good question.
I don't- honestly,
Once upon a time.
can't remember a time that has happened.
Oh, I'll read to you sometime if you want.
Oh, how cute.
Is it gonna be about your science stuff though?
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
I don't want any science stuff.
I mean, I could tell you more stories about Green Gate before you go to sleep.
No, I'm not interested in Green Gate either.
What about other myths and legends?
Maybe.
I don't have any of those books though.
All right.
That's good. What about this? Yeah, that's too bad.
That's too bad.
Anyways,
Cool.
should be very interesting though once we get there. I haven't been home in like 3-4 months, 5 months.
Sick. I haven't been home in like a long time.
You don't even know
Can't
how long?
relate.
Not really.
We were just at their houses, which by the way we didn't really talk about.
I've been gone for like
True.
birthdays.
people.
Like I don't. I'm pretty sure I'm 12.
You don't.
You don't
keep
know
track?
how old you are?
Well, there's a long time where I wasn't like keeping track of like days, like what day it was.
Yeah. But even like in a Pokemon Center, you can like take a glance at a calendar or like listen to the news and be like, today is February 2nd. And you're like, oh, it's my birthday next month.
Why would I do that?
Just because like you'd hear it passively or like catch it somewhere. Like in the big city
I'm sure
of
that's
Olivia, there
happened,
was like a
but-
big clock with the day on it.
I thought I can remember.
So like if you could put like a rough estimate of years, how long were you by yourself?
That's a great question.
We should do like a 23andMe for him.
To find out how old he is.
If that
He
works
hasn't even
like
been
that.
gone a year, so yes, he's still 12.
Yeah.
Would the 23 and me tell you how old you are?
In this universe, it was.
Yeah.
okay.
We have to cut you open and read the rings.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you
we
mind
can
if I
do that
dissect you?
if we can make sure that we can put the piece on that we cut off. I'm down to do it.
I'll tell you what.
If that's
And
how
just
that
cut
works.
off a finger, and then you're the four-fingered man.
Whoa. Maybe that's what happened, guys.
All right, which finger was it? We have to remove it right now.
Des, do it.
Des does have
Here,
5 fingers.
I have an axe.
No.
CJ, hold out your hand.
I feel like that's too big. That's gonna be my whole hand.
Time
man.
for the hidden blade.
Not
I'm
if you-
very
not if you
precise.
just
I
do
have
that-
knives.
Just do this.
We'll just use my knives.
Okay, just do this on the tree, and then we'll
Yeah,
cut it off.
just-
We could
Yeah.
do that. We could do that.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
I mean, if this is really how you tell how old somebody is,
Let's do it.
okay.
No. I'm not going to do that to you. You would die. I actually care about you, believe it or not.
I would die from losing a finger.
I mean, you can get
Who
gangrene.
dies from losing a finger?
Gangrene, infections, diseases.
Silly. If I haven't got an infection by now, I'm not gonna get an infection.
He is an
That's how
infection.
that works.
You are a walking infection.
Thank you, Phoebe.
Wow.
Yeah, so exactly. If like I am an infection, I can't get an infection.
I guarantee
right?
if we cut you
That's-
open,
I
we
feel
would
like that
find
is
a
how
new
that works.
infection.
I mean, more credence.
For
Go
science.
for it, man. We're ready.
How is he
What-
alive?
Wow.
That's fair.
I mean, like, what are we doing right now?
We're walking.
We're just killing time, dude.
We're walking.
What do you mean? We're
you
going
not
to
having
Green
fun?
Gate.
I mean, it's enjoyable.
Bentley's gonna look
Are you-
back to see.
It
if
would have been
Blackbird is still
crazier
there.
had he cut off my finger.
I'm so glad you asked.
We're not wasting time.
Blackbird is still there.
Okay.
However, it's at this point I will finally bring to the attention of only Phoebe and CJ. The forest has grown eerily quiet.
Yeah.
Also wondering
There
why
is-
there's no music.
I was waiting for
I was-
anybody to ask.
I
and it
was
didn't
about
happen.
to.
Yep.
I was like, why is it so quiet?
Phoebe and CJ pick up on that in this brief moment. As you kind of stop to look at Lightbird, everybody takes a moment to like tie their shoes, whatever you got to do. There is nothing. There's no bird song. There's no bug chittering. There's nothing. There's no breeze.
Are we still in the forest?
Yeah.
Guys.
Can I whistle? Like, does it produce like
Yeah.
sound throughout?
Oh, you can make sound.
Okay.
But the forest has stopped.
It's real quiet, guys.
Is this like a Green Gate thing?
I think something's gonna happen.
Bentley's gonna
What do you think's gonna
dive
happen?
behind a log
Something
or a
is gonna
bush or
happen.
something.
Awesome. Give me a stealth check. Phoebe, nature check. CJ, nature check at advantage. You've spent time in the woods.
I love nature.
I have Hone Edge out already. so-
7 on the stealth check.
7 on the stealth check? Okay. Okay.
Did you say nature, Drew?
Nature. You have advantage, CJ.
12 for
Oh,
me.
you're fucking joking.
12.
Yeah.
Goddamn whooper. What is this? What does this do?
A reroll. Full reroll.
So like I can re-roll the advantage too?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna do
You
that.
You can roll one more time. You
For-
can have
for
triple
this?
advantage.
I mean,
It's silent.
Who knows?
For
Who
this?
knows? Who knows?
It's ominous.
You see a duck.
I feel like maybe I feel like I should. I was gonna do it,
Go
so
for-
I
okay.
don't care. I'm doing it.
Oh my god.
It was better.
What?
It was a lot better.
Cashed in Whoopi for a 2.
Yep.
All right, I'll take Whoopi back.
What a
It was a 13 actually.
A 13. Okay. Phoebe said you do
12.
12. Between the two of you, without giving anything specific, Phoebe, you just know how animals function when a predator is nearby. Everybody gets real quiet. CJ, you start to pick up on that pretty quick, but just instinctually, you kind of shallow your breathing and get a little bit smaller within yourself. But yeah, Bentley kind of dives into a bush, but makes a little bit of a rattling noise. And there's a slight twig snap. Just a bit. That was really quiet. That was really slight.
I don't even hear anything.
Exactly.
It's so slight.
Ready?
Okay.
That's all you get.
It was-
But anyway,
that's good.
Sounded like Drew dropped a peanut on the rug.
like I just drop a little like fluff of lint on carpet.
Did you hear that?
I mean, this thing is really stealthy.
Did you guys hear a lot?
That's what I took away from it.
Yeah.
Except for the twig is snapped. Idiot, we know you're here.
Can I tell what direction the twig snap came from?
Give me a perception check.
13.
13. Roughly behind you.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, good.
Great.
That's nice.
The leopard has similarly stopped and just sort of assumed a more defensive posture.
Okay. I'm gonna go behind a tree.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
I'm still just asking you about if this is a normal Green Gate thing in this moment.
No.
Milo?
If anything, the forest is much more alive in Greengate.
Okay.
There's a lot of noises. Not
Yeah.
a lot of them are comforting, but it's very loud
Yeah.
there. Phoebe
This is
goes,
weird.
danger, and runs behind a tree
Run head first.
quite loudly before just like,
Platform 9 3/4.
but you're like, you stand behind a tree in the direction you were facing, so you're like facing where the twig snap was. You're like, very sneaky.
Yeah, I just have
Well,
Hone
it's
Edge
gonna
out.
find me first.
And I'm just kind of standing in the middle of the pathway that we're walking.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'll just put on my goggles and look around.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my big knife and make sure my little shield situation is ready to go.
It is. Who's got the highest? It's three-way tie again. Milo, Phoebe, and CJ. I'll say you guys can give a perception check. Given that you have
Okay.
the highest passives, I'll give you one
Yeah, I'm
shot.
so good at it.
That, and
Yep.
I'm looking directly at it now.
You
Good
are.
lord, man.
Jesus, Jordan.
I told you these aren't my normal
God.
dice. The fact that these
11.
are not
11.
CJ's dice are
11.
not going well.
Amazing.
Mine was worse.
Okay.
What was yours?
It's like a 5.
Okay. There's another quick series of as some twigs snap. This time, just sort of all around you.
That's
Leopard
good.
still is just sitting watching, but it's doing the kind of cat thing where it's getting low, kind of shimmying the paws, calculating the trajectory.
I'm gonna watch just where it's looking, Leopard.
It's looking just past Milo. It's almost like it's looking through him,
Okay.
just past.
So I'm gonna just keep an eye in that direction. I feel like this Leopard can see more than we can.
Jeez,
What the
that's
butts?
loud. That is really
Well,
loud.
we just opened the portal to.
I wanted jungle
Nine
sound,
Hells.
and it's like,
Yeah.
did you want dinosaur roars? No, I wanted like spooky jungle ambiance. Where did it go?
Spooky
Give it back.
jungle.
Okay, we'll just do this
To
again.
the spooky jungle. So
There's
is there noise
the-
again now?
No, just
Okay,
the
okay.
just the snapping of twigs and a couple like couple footsteps.
Do I? I was gonna say, do they become prominent now that they kind of point them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's the thing?
It sounds like there's multiple things.
It could. I don't know, but make
can't
it seem like it's
multiply.
everywhere.
I don't think it can do that. I think it just imitates people. Why are we whispering?
Because
It's silent as hell.
I'm
Already.
gonna move next to Eunice
Okay.
and the Pidgey and get ready to block an incoming.
Amazing.
I've heard it leak
Right.
over.
Running towards Milo is this very small, little pink dude with like a big nose. And he just eats it.
What?
I rolled a natural one still. 'Cause he's just. And he goes, "Ah!" and just smacks face first into the ground. And you just see this big old like pink nose, big mop of purple hair, and he just goes, "Go get up! We're ruined! Get up!" And you just see like 24 of these little pink creatures run out. I need everybody to roll initiative.
With that, I was holding an action. I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
What?
I tap Powder Cake's ball.
Okay, he can pop out. I'll say you guys will have a reaction to throw somebody out, but we're going to combat. Leading us off in this combat is the first group of impidimps. This guy right here. 3 of them are gonna run in and try to hit Manny.
3?
Yeah, the other
wait,
3
so that's
who's
a
flipped over.
That's Apophis. I don't have
All
a
right,
dog for
3
him.
are gonna try to hit Apophis.
How big are these?
The one's coming at Manny. The 19's the highest one. It's the only one I think might hit you.
This big.
No idea.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
This big.
No clue.
All right.
No
That
idea.
big.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the impidimps runs up and goes, "Yeah!" and just punches you in the face. The other 2 kind of like scrabble over, and you're able to just fend them off quite easily. The other 3 that are going after Apophis, same deal. The one's a 19, the other 2 are not worth mentioning. 11 points of dark damage to Apophis. Already doubled, don't worry about it. They run up and they go, "Ah!" As Apophis takes a couple hits, so go ahead and move this guy like right up there. Just right up and close it on there. Up second in combat, Eunice.
So we were training some stuff with Eunice
Sure.
and Pidgey, so Eunice is gonna prepare an icy wind, but hold for Pidgey's turn.
Okay, you just remind me when the time comes.
Sure.
Bentley Woods,
Yeah.
what are we doing, buddy?
That's a very good question.
Kick him. Break his nose. Grab him by the long, spindly nose and see what happens.
Do they appear? Do any of them appear moon touched?
No,
Okay.
no, they're like a cobbled together little group of goblins. There's just a bunch of them.
I love this.
It's pretty sweet.
I love impidimps. Impidimps are cute.
I will unfurl the spell tag off of my wrist and try and whip the nearest one with the spell tag.
Okay, I will tell you the spell tag is kind of like a flaccid piece of paper.
Yep.
It's just going to kind of flop into them.
Okay.
But if you want to do that, you can. Give me an Arcana
it's,
check.
it's done.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Am I wrong? The fuck is that thing?
22.
22. Okay, we're gonna play with this. Roll me a
gonna
d6.
hurt.
It's a paper cut.
1d6 magical damage.
Paper cut.
4.
4. Do me a
That's not
favor.
bad.
Take this thing and tick it down to a 5 for me. I probably should have told you guys to put it on 6, but that's on me. Tick that one down to a 5. Is one of the impidimps. You hit it in the face and it goes, "We are routed!" And it runs.
Joel, they're about that tall.
They're tiny. They're very, very small. Yeah. But yeah, as you smack one with the spell tag, there's this little burst of like energy on its forehead, and it gets this big knot, and it goes, "Ah!" and it runs away.
Don't come back!
Moving on from Bentley Woods, Powder Keg.
He's gonna eat 6 of them.
I'm gonna throw these 6 at that 12, and they all die.
Just bites one of the heads off.
I will say these are a horde. If you want to hit the horde of impidimps, we're just gonna see how much damage you do going through them.
That's fair.
So-
But I have to. It's my whole turn to move there. Yeah.
You can do one thing.
I'm going to like put my hand on Powder Keg and be like, wait till they get closer, and so he will hold his action for a
Yeah.
hammer arm.
Perfect. Okay, holding the hammer arm up.
Yeah.
Milo Rooter,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Can I insight them to see maybe what they're after? Like if are they
Sure.
trying to attack
Give
us
me an
or like
insight check.
rob us or whatever?
Yeah. Give me an insight check. See what happens.
11.
11. They just seem quite interested in everything you guys have going on. They just want to be a part of the action
Okay.
in some way or another. They seem to have some hostile intent. You've seen them attack Manny and Apophis.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're not here to be friends.
no, they definitely are
not
not
here to
like,
make
let's
friends."
be friends. They're like, get them. You
Um,
can tell this went a lot better in their heads.
Right.
Yeah.
And then one of them tripped.
Yeah.
Literally the guy leading the raid is the one that tripped. Which is why I
Their
was
commanding
laughing.
officer?
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, of course it's you.
Well, in that case, I've got to take the sheriff's badge out and flash it as a warning and say,
Give me an intimidation check.
you know, hey, this is illegal activity. I need you to disperse immediately.
Yeah.
You don't know our laws.
Give me an intimidation check.
14.
Okay. One of the ones in here goes, "We make the rules here," and the other one goes, "It's the fuzz." Tick that down to a 5. And he runs off. After Milo Rooter is Gleek.
Gleek.
Gleek, according to the session that I just edited, you have a big root. So if you steal hit points from something, you will steal more.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's noted on your character sheet because the
Nope.
session that I'm editing,
'Cause we have
you
not
were not there,
Done anything.
but we
to
talked about it.
Tia sheet.
So
Okay.
yes, so if you steal hit points, if you do absorb,
Yeah.
you will gain additional hit points equal to your Constitution modifier per target. Which you're at full health right now, but just so that we know.
Okay.
So it's out there again.
Can he put up reflect and then do an attack?
No,
no?
but you
Okay.
could put up reflect.
Gleek is moving around. He's going after this horde here. He
guy
is
right
going
there?
to do a yoke bomb.
Oh, what do they need to do? Or is it an attack roll
Just
from
if
you?
it hits, they're covered in yoke.
Okay, good luck.
If it hits, they are covered in yolk. Covered in yolk. Covered in yolk.
17.
Okay, that hits.
So it's 1d4, and then that's how many
Yeah,
d10s?
yeah, so roll a
right?
d4.
Okay.
Start there. 1. Okay. So then roll 1d10.
This one?
Uh-huh. The one that they all are.
That's so sad. 7.
7? What kind of damage is it?
It's grass.
Grass.
Egg
Okay.
damage.
Go ahead and tick this guy right here down to a 5. As the yoke bomb lands in the middle, one of them is just carried away on a wave of yoke. They have psionics, run! And is just like rushed away. Help me! He's flown into the forest, and they go gleek, 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 gleek. Okay, after Gleek, Impidimp Squad. They're gonna run towards Wadsworth and Milo.
A foolish mistake.
Yeah. 3 of them are gonna try to attack Wadsworth. 3 of them are gonna try to steal Milo's backpack.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say steal Milo. Just carry him off.
We got him! Everybody scatter! Mission accomplished!
The ones attacking Wadsworth, the highest is a 14.
Nope.
Okay, all of them run towards Wadsworth, and he's like, "Get off! I'm so much stronger than you."
Just brushes them off.
Yeah, they're basically like grabbing his legs and trying to take his feet, and he's like, "That is me. Get out of here."
Can they do a Constitution check?
Yeah.
Save.
All of them are 10 or below.
Okay. Well, none of them can do whatever that move was.
They
next
can.
time.
Yeah, they cannot do tickle.
Fuck them.
They can't do tickle.
Yep, tickle is not allowed. Okay, the 3 at Milo are going to try to make sleight of hand checks to steal. Actually, I'm just going to have one roll because they're basically going to help each other try to steal your backpack. That's a 12, so go ahead and give me a strength or dexterity check. Your choice.
Good luck.
14. They start to like pull on your backpack straps and you go, no. And then they can't get it off your arms. And they're like, get him! Get his stuff! We want it! This squad. Get the eggs! This one right here. Okay. Closing in, they're going after the eggs. They just saw a yoke bomb go off and they're like, get him! We're gonna do all 6 on the Gleek.
Get out of here, losers.
Losers.
Would a 13 hit?
Yep.
Okay, so we have 4 hits from this batch.
Why? Why you gotta hit
There's
me?
so many.
We have...
Schmerteen.
Where's his HP?
Holy
They
cow.
sent in their whole crew.
Yeah, so Gleek, you're going to take 18 points.
There's
Of
36
bludgeoning
of
damage.
them.
Yeah.
There were 36. There's now 34.
Right. But
Yeah.
their original crew was
34.
rolling deep with 36
Yeah. So there we go.
impidimps.
Yeah, so they all run in. They're going to deal 12 plus 4 plus 2. So yeah, 18. 18 points of damage to Gleeks. As they all run in and they
Okay.
just start pounding on them. The Gleek's like, Gleek! 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 But it's just an onslaught of tiny hands. Trying to break them, trying to like pick up
Hey.
the eggs. And the Gleeks are like, off! Manny Manfred. Pidgey, you're on deck. CJ, you're after that. Then Apophis.
Manny is going to go for a bond rush.
Bond Rush.
And he will go after 4 targets. So
I will
4
say-
of these 5.
Yeah, there you go. Go for it.
Yes.
Good luck.
I'm gonna have you roll each attack, and then if it hits, we're just gonna have you roll damage because you might be able to hit another batch.
Okay, it's 15 on the first one.
Hits.
23 on the second.
Okay, so start rolling damage for me real quick, because you might kill this squad, and then you might get to move over here. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I can't even roll enough attacks to take out 5.
No, I'm saying the damage carries through. You might be able to
Oh.
like multi-kill.
Hordes are weird.
Yeah, hordes are bizarre, but just
Okay.
follow me on this. So if you throw your damage for that first group,
2 on the first attack.
2. Okay.
6 on the next.
Okay, tick that one down to 4 for me, please. There we go. Okay, and then carry on as you wish.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Hits, so we'll roll damage again.
6 more.
Awesome. Tick that one down to 3 for me, please. They're very squishy.
Okay, and the last one was a 7.
7 will miss.
And then for his bonus action, can he use his
Yeah.
plasma whip?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Schmack 'em.
Ugh, it's a 6 on the die.
6 on the die. What's your normal attack bonus? Treat it like a bond rush without mortar. Would be that.
Plus 4, so
Plus 4,
10.
so 10? 10 hits. So go ahead and roll 2d4 necrotic damage, and if you are missing hit points, we'll talk about it.
7.
7. Okay. Go ahead and knock that down to 2. And then are you missing any hit points?
Yes.
Okay. You recover half of 7, rounded down to 3. So you get 3 hit points back. Okay.
Nice.
Young Pidge.
Yep. Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yep.
Much better.
Is going to try to just do like a gust attack, like a basic gust attack.
Yeah.
Potentially channeling a little bit of ice, but help combine it with Eunice's icy wind
Okay.
to soup it up to maybe a like a blizzard light.
Blizzard Light. Awesome. Blizz Light. I am going to ask you, what is the damage die on Icy Wind from Eunice?
2d6.
2d6.
But it's a dex save.
Yes, I'm going to roll the dex save in front of you.
Sure.
Each of these has a 2 and will represent one of the members of that little horde. Which horde are you hitting, by the way?
This one.
Oh,
That one. Okay, then we only need to roll 5. They'll have a +2. And I'm just going to say that Sammy is going to add an extra d6 of ice damage on top of whatever you do.
Works for me.
So,
It's a cone, so it would like hit me.
wow. A 16, a 14, so an 18 and a 16 are the 2 highest. The others are below 10.
Okay, so those 2 succeed, so I'll take half.
Awesome. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Here's some ice damage. 7.
7.
Yep.
Go ahead and knock 3 of them down. Because 3 of them will all take 7. The other 2 will be barely standing.
Good job, guys.
That's a good hit from Sammy and Eunice.
Proud.
Nicely done.
J, then Apophis.
Nicely done.
And then it's going to be that squad, and then Crash. So CJ, you're up right now.
CJ's gonna yell, this is stupid. You guys don't want any of this. You're all gonna die.
We want all your things!
And then I'm gonna throw out Riot.
Give me your things!
Oh,
Riot hits
mama.
the field. Go ahead and roll Riot in.
It's feeding time, Riot.
It very much is.
Oh my god.
How did Riot do?
Riot's hungry.
Riot hungry.
That's
Riot
an
want to
18.
eat.
It's an 18 for Riot.
18 for Riot.
You
Good
hungry
God.
boy.
Okay.
Yeah, he
That
could
will-
put down 6 of these easy.
Yeah, that will affect things
gulp.
going
Gonna
forward.
come in and
Awesome.
Guys want to have an impidimp eating contest? No?
Apophis.
I'll just do it myself.
Apophis
The
is
Joey
going
Chestnut
to
of impidimps.
Rune Glow.
Rune Glow. Who's your target?
Apophis will Rune Glow Manny.
Manny, you are Rune Glowed.
What's that mean?
Rune Glow, an ally within 15 feet of you gains an additional 1d6 force damage to any type of damage it deals for 1 minute. Alternatively, you may grant them 1d6 to an attack roll or saving throw made in the next minute. This effect requires concentration.
That's pretty cool.
So we have 2 rings to go. One on Manny, one on Apophis. Rune Glow. As that rune of destruction begins to glow, it emblazons itself on Manny's bone club.
Yeah, buddy.
Sick.
This squad of impidimps doesn't know any better and runs towards D straight into the arms of Powder Keg.
Good luck.
You have a held action for Hammer Arm.
Rest in peace.
24 to hit.
Yeah, they try to steal D's pack and they leap forward. And Powder Keg, you just go. How many are dead? Let's find out.
It's 4d12.
Divide it. Yeah, basically what I'm
Holy
going to say
shit.
is every increment of 5 is what we're looking
it's
for.
27 damage.
27 points of
27
fighting.
points of damage. So
They're
one
all
is
gone.
barely alive, right? Because there's 6. So you would need 30 to kill all of
Correct,
them.
but
Yeah.
adds. I want to. Yeah, details Powder Keg to hold off because he wants one alive.
Okay. So Powder Keg, I'll say for flavor, you managed to kind of just sweep through, and 5 of the impidimps, there's a bowling pin sound as they go flying back into the woods.
Do you have that?
Probably, I bet I could find that. But anyways, to keep
Bowling
things.
for little troll things.
Strike!
But then I'll say he manages to just kind of like crane game pick one up.
Perfect.
Let's see if this works.
Crane game, pick one up. Yeah.
Perfect.
There we
Fantastic.
go.
strike.
The little screen comes down. It's a terrible 1998 animation.
It's 6 impidimps running forward, and then a gorilla punching them, and they go, ah! And then it's like, you got a strike. Okay. Phenomenal move from you. The one remaining can no longer
Powder
reach
keg.
D because he's being held. He's just gonna try to punch Powder Keg because he's in too deep.
That's fair.
So let's see.
Good luck to you.
Does a 4 hit Powder Keg?
No.
Didn't think so. Okay. Moving on down.
Blimey.
The poor guy. Crash, you are up next, and then it will be this final squad of Impy Dimps. Actually, there's another squad that hasn't moved. I think it's that one.
Cool. Crash and I are gonna move over here, and Crash is gonna scary face all these guys.
Okay. They are average at charisma.
I love that.
I believe it's a charisma save. And there are 6, 7, 8 that can see you. They all have a +3. Here we go, baby.
Can't see anything.
So a 20, a 20, a 22, and then the next highest is an 11.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
those
say,
5 fail.
Yeah, so to make it nice and even, I'll say one of the 2 in this squad is fine. 4 of the 6 over here are afraid.
Cool.
As they're like,
Dragon!
as Crash runs out, just goes, "Rah!" They're like, ah!
The ones that
quite
aren't afraid are like,
Come on,
4 of
slay
them
the
guys
dragon!
is stunned.
Yes. So, what we're going to say, this is going to get really annoying, but I'm going to do it anyway. Tick that one down to 4 and that one down to 1 for me. This is going to get awful. And then put a 1 next to the other 1, and then put a 2 next to that 4. The 2 next to that 4 are going to run towards Crash and be like,
Don't fear the dragon, we are stronger together!
as they run in.
And die.
Oh my god! One's going to hit, I think, with a 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh.
Crash, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage from the one that does hit you. As it just goes,
Don't fear the dragon!
and just uppercuts you Mario
It's got
style.
some fucking moxie.
Hits you right under the jaw and it clamps your teeth shut and it kind of like rattles your skull for a second. As he's like, ah! He's holding a little stick that he picked up in the woods on the way over to you.
And CJ starts
one's
laughing
pretty BA.
hysterically.
Yeah, Monty.
Blocked by a little fairy.
So funny.
Just making fun of Crash for getting actually
so
injured.
funny.
Monty.
Yeah.
And Wadsworth, you're on deck.
Okay. Monty's gonna swing by this group and just try to, outperform the 2 of them.
Okay.
And so he will do a peck.
A peck.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and roll a hit.
24 to hit.
That hits, yeah. And then go ahead and roll me some damage. Boop.
8.
8. Go ahead and knock that down to a 4 if you wouldn't mind. Phenomenal. Monty, as you fly through, you peck one of these guys in the head. Same deal, like this big knot forms like right between his eyes, and he's like,
The 6 birds run!
and just kind of flees from Monty. Wadsworth.
Wadsworth is just gonna try to do confusion on them.
Okay.
And just maybe try to disperse them.
Is it a saving throw?
Melt all of
Yes.
their brains.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Yeah.
They have a +3 on this. There's a 16 and a 15.
Okay, those 2 are good.
There's a 10 and an 11.
And those 2 are not.
Okay, so 2 of them will suffer confusion. So go ahead and roll damage for confusion.
Okay.
Oh boy.
5.
5. Okay, one of the confused ones will just kind of collapse on the ground, and the other one starts to carry him away. So just go ahead and tick that down.
Go 3.
He picks him up. He's like,
Come on, we have to go! The duck is too strong!
and he's like, what?
You will.
Yeah, bringing us to the final squad of Impidimps. I'm going to tell you right now, the one that is confused needs to roll a die.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he gets a turn, odds he will probably die. That's a 9. Go ahead and tick that down to 2. He's like,
We have to run from the duck!
ugh. He falls over.
His brain melted
Yeah.
in his skull,
The 2 that are there are going to try to hit Wadsworth.
spilling out his nose.
With what?
Oh, no. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's irrelevant. I will say on a natural one of them kind of jumps up to get you, but just completely slips out and then just lands on his back and like slaps your ankle. And it's just
Cute.
terrible.
Cute.
Okay, after that, we have...
A quick question before we move on, before I forget. Because they went after Wadsworth, would Monty get an attack of opportunity?
Sure.
Okay.
Because that's a thing that we have.
Yep. Then he does 14 damage to the last.
Good God. Okay, then yeah, they both die. And then yes, many apologies, but D, you would be up.
Are they knocked out or are they dead?
They are knocked out.
Okay.
I'm assuming non-lethal unless you guys specify otherwise.
Powder Keg probably didn't know any better.
Yeah, that's why there was a bowling pin sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was all of their bones knocking together as they fly into the
perfect.
bushes.
And those 5 no longer want a life of crime.
Mm-hmm.
Scared
They've been
straight.
Scared straight.
That's how they learn.
You said my turn though, Drew?
Yeah, we're just gonna jump back a second because you would have gone before Wadsworth,
Oh,
and then
okay.
technically these impy dimps would be dead because they attacked you.
That's fine. Yeah, D's just gonna kind of walk up to him and kind of tap this like small little creature and be like, "Hey, smile," and then I'll just scan him right there.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Okay.
It's gonna be an 18, and I'll use my ability to gain typing and move.
Yeah, they are dark and fairy type. The move that you get, also you guys have seen Tickle. They also have Play Rough.
Play rough.
They only have 2 moves.
Interesting.
So when they can't tickle you, they have to Play Rough. They have no choice.
All
You
right.
brought this on yourself.
And then I'll just tell Powder Keg
Rugby!
to hold him, but not kill him yet.
Okay. Perfect.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Otherwise, there are many scans close to Green Gate. A lot of entries of impotence causing problems.
Perfect.
Kidnapping children?
No, it's usually petty crime.
Yeah.
It's small stuff like you're saying.
Tapping
Highway
on people's
banditry.
windows,
Petty
trying
crime,
to
like-
get into houses, not being successful.
Okay,
Getting in a
but
trench
now it's Phoebe.
Okay. Can I do 2 things technically?
Tell me what you're trying to do.
One
Well,
action.
one is he's gonna throw a berry, see if one chases it just into the
That's
forest.
a bonus action.
That's easy enough to do.
And then the other, I'm gonna go after another one, seeing that they do tickle, and I'm assuming they tickle each other. Try to just impair one by tickling it, because they don't seem that intimidating.
Amazing. Phoebe, give me a just dexterity check of any kind. It doesn't matter to me. If you think Phoebe would be proficient in tickling a goblin, you can have it.
Yeah, it's Pokemon
take
handling.
that. Take that. Take
Yeah,
that. Take
go
that.
for
take
it.
So that is on page 3 of my backstory.
Yeah.
10.
Okay. Awesome. Go ahead. Mark that one down to 5.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
Did it chase the berry, the other one?
Sick goblin tickling
mark it
girl.
down to 4 as the other one's like,
Food!
because that's what they're here for. They want your stuff. You throw something out of there, it's like,
I won! It worked! She was so intimidated, she threw a loot!
you pull, what's the John Mulaney guy? JJ Bittenbinder.
Oh.
You want this? Go get it! I'm out of here. Perfect.
To the
Okay.
little birthing. Take these shirts.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. This should be our first group. One of them is stunned. We're not going to worry about him. The other one is going to try to hit Manny. Seeing a glow, he's like,
I want the shiny!
4. Jumps up towards you, and Manny, you just hold the club out, and there's this burst of force just pushes him back down. He's like,
Gotta pump.
You've made your point!
Eunice.
Eunice is just going to do a Thunder Shock. Mix
Awesome.
it up a little bit.
Yeah. Give me the attack roll. Let's go.
13.
13 hit.
Fuck 'em.
You hitting this group?
Yep.
Roll me some damage.
Sure.
Fuck 'em good. Do 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 do.
6.
6. Go ahead and mark it down to 1.
Getting really good at just taking out one at a
Yeah.
time.
As the thunder strikes, one of them's like, ouch, and the other one just goes, and then just like flies off into the woods.
Could you
from the
see its
explosion.
skeleton?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's like a cartoon
Perfect.
X-ray.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. After Eunice is Bentley Woods, and then Riot, you'll be up, because that'll be the only new addition. So Bentley.
Yeah, after smacking the one with the spell tag, he's gonna do like a leapfrog over Manny's shoulders and try and punch the one that just tried to go after Manny in the beak.
Bentley feeling strong.
Yeah. Strength or Dex check, either one.
Be strong, Bentley. I hope you are. Hey.
19.
Yeah,
Good
he's very
God.
strong.
I'm gonna
All right.
clobber this thing.
What's your strength or Dex modifier? Which one's higher?
Dex is higher,
Okay.
+1.
So +1. You're gonna do 2 damage. Which one do you want to hit?
The one that isn't dazed, the one that went
Okay.
after Manny. So
The one that has
presumably
already
that
taken
one.
damage.
Stupid
Yeah.
Pokemon!
As you jump over, how would Bentley take out an Impidimp? I'm curious.
He would just, well, he leapfrogs over Manny, and
Yeah.
then like he has the spell tag in his left hand, so he would just go for like a punch with his right, and
Awesome.
like has weirdly good form in this moment.
Yeah.
Never has been a fighter. Never took like a boxing class or anything, but like
punch
Maybe a Tai Chi.
even like CJ would like get a glimpse of it out of the corner of his eye and like be a little bit more proud of his friend.
All right, go ahead and take that one off the board. As you leapfrog,
Did you get a 19?
you leap
Oh,
over
wow.
Manny, punch this guy in the face, and his eye immediately swells up, and you think you see a tooth fly out before he falls into the dirt.
Heck yeah.
As you're like, that's what you get.
Yeah, don't mess with my
Riot.
friend.
Oh boy.
Riot sees a lot of alive creatures that just aren't moving for some reason, so he's gonna go eat
It's a
as
whole
many of
cluster
them
of
as he
4.
can.
Yeah, roll me an attack on this group of 4. They are stunned. You have advantage.
I roll an eat attack.
Yep, that's happening.
Oh my.
That's
So
already
just
good.
like whatever bonus I want to add to it.
Can
just
you go
whatever
after
your
these
attack is.
ones? The stunned ones?
Roll me anything that would do damage. Some kind of bite.
Cool. That's a 22 then.
That hits. Yeah. Roll me some damage.
Okay. For that attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be like a venom fang or something. Of that.
Vampiric Fang.
Yeah, that's the one. Get him.
That's 11.
11?
11.
Okay. Tick that down by 2 as Riot consumes whole 2 of these impidimps.
That was the goal.
Just
Bye.
you watch as these tendrils just lash out around and just begin pulling these impidimps in as their eyes are screaming, but they are not. They go quiet into the maw.
Mm-hmm.
Powder keg! You're holding one.
That's his turn because he can't do anything.
That's true.
And he's gonna
have you.
He's just gonna at the Impidimp.
All right.
That's the longest
Truant.
6
Yeah.
seconds of that Impidimp's life.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Gleek, you're on deck.
Okay.
Dude, his edgy teen face.
I am going to approach the Impidimp
Uh-huh.
and offer him some treats in exchange for making those ones also leave with him.
Give me a persuasion check. With advantage because you are
Persuade.
offering something from your person that they want. They are here for
you
things.
said persuasion?
Yep, persuasion at advantage. Or Pokemon handling. Dealer's choice.
Yeah, I'd much rather. do that.
Yikes.
How about a
What?
23?
23? I'll allow it. These guys, hear that guy.
He's got treats if we leave.
They go,
Deal.
go ahead and take these guys out of here. They don't want to die. They want your stuff. If you give them your stuff.
They got a berry. They're like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I'm
one
gonna
following.
knock, I'm
That's
gonna
a
knock those 2
safe
off of the
bargain.
initiative order. Gleek, you're up next. The immediate threat to you is gone.
Yes. He'll move. Click, 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 click.
Excellent.
And he is going to go for a Psybeam
Oh,
on
Okay.
that one.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay. He's stunned, so you have advantage.
Okay.
Would they be immune to it, though?
No, I don't do that. They will resist it, but you have to
Okay.
do 5 damage. It's not that hard. I have faith in the Gleeks.
12.
12 hits.
You have
Really?
advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage, but 12 will hit. You might be able to crit.
Yeah, crit 'em.
That's crit fail, but okay. There you go. So you hit that guy.
Okay.
So check out how much Psybeam's gonna do. Oh no. That's a lot.
D6.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, that's the
If
amount
you
of dice
if you
roll. That's
roll
cool.
a little bit, he's gonna die. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and take that guy off the board.
Bye.
As the Gleeks just kind of fry his brain, he goes, and it just falls over.
Okay. Nice little brain fry for your afternoon. Shellacking.
Okay,
I
so
mean, they tried to crack him.
yeah, jumping on down the line,
Make us
it
some
would
scrambled
be
eggs.
it would
Toss
be this
salad and
guy.
scrambled eggs.
He's
Yeah.
gonna choose to be afraid of Powder Keg.
He's going to choose to be.
Yeah, he chooses
not much of
that.
a choice.
He chooses that life. Manny, you are empowered and you are also up. And then Sammy is on deck with CJ. These 2 will not be stunned at the start of their turn, as will these 2. They will both be fine.
With the knowledge that Manny might hold back during this at some point, is going to go for a bond rush on the 2 that Riot has not eaten yet.
Okay, you have advantage because they're stunned.
Oh my, that's gonna be 6 attacks.
Oh boy.
So the first one.
Jeez.
You're gonna steal food from
So
Riot
6
right now?
Well, he's not gonna eat them. They'll still be there.
With each time you hit, just roll damage.
Okay, so that's
Because
They
that
taste
seems like
better
a
when
lot.
they're conscience.
2 on the first.
Okay, he's still up. Any other hit will kill him though.
Guess I can crit, so okay. Second
Crits are
one
possible.
Is 4 more.
Okay. Are you counting for rune glow damage?
I am not.
Aha. So roll rune glow damage.
So that's
Bye.
5 more.
Okay.
Fine.
Go ahead and knock these 2 out. As Manny leaps forward, and before the club can even impact, there's this pulse wave out the front of his club that just shoots through and just knocks these 2 impotents over and unconscious. As Riot's like, I'll go over here then. Whatever.
Fine.
You have 4 more attacks.
Yeah, so Manny is just going to
Get those last ones.
Bring us home.
he'll move over to this squadron and try and hit the one that didn't hit Crash in the face.
Sure. Get him.
That'll hit.
Okay.
3 damage.
He's still up.
And how many more do I have? 3 more?
3 more attacks.
That'll hit.
Yep.
Bye.
Oh!
8 more.
8, so 8 plus 3 would be 11. They are both down.
Aw,
As you go
he's
to
just going
smack
for one, though.
Yeah, but you've got the Rune of Destruction. Sorry, pal. As you go to swing, same deal. There's another pulse wave as you let the club go this time. The pulse wave hits the guy you weren't aiming for as the club kind of smacks into the first guy and just kind of caves him in a little bit as he just goes face first into the mud.
Right
and
as
then the
Crash
club
was
flies
coming
back
in
to you.
Just eat him.
We are no
Crash is
longer
gonna
in
eat him,
combat,
too.
which is why I didn't want to worry about the camera. That is the last remaining guy. And as he goes,
Put me down, you big lug!
that's what we'll call it for today. Because I feel like you guys are going to have questions for him. Having easily thwarted an impidimp ambush, our heroes prepare an interrogation as they close in on Greengate. If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to the Patreon. From there, you can join the discussions in our Discord server, or check out the post shows still rolling, and get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. There are also links if you'd like to check out some Boarding Party merch, and let us know in the comments below what you thought about today's events, and what our heroes might learn from their new friend. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next week as the gang learns about the activity in the forest and finally closes in on Greengate.